What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Trex, the sports junkie. Welcome to the NBS Show. Hey, man, my picks wasn't looking too hot last week, but I'm still here. About to school y'all boys. But what up to my brothers, man? Let me start off with my brother, man. You know, I don't know why you picked the Chiefs last week. But what up, C?
Hey man, same reason why you picked the Cowboys. Hey, what's the deal, baby? It's your boy, Mr. C, the trendsetter, aka the whole damn show. I'm here so the show can begin. Let's get it.
Yes, son. Okay, you know, I did pick the Cowboys. You did pick the Chiefs. Somebody on here picked, I might say maybe the worst team in the NFL after what I saw this week, the Miami Dolphins. What up,
Oh
Miami
boy,
Dolphins?
what's
Hey
that?
man, that
What's
game
that?
was 50. That game was 50-50 going in. Y'all should have known that the Wake Forest Saints were gonna lose to the
Here we go.
Cardinals, bro.
Oh,
I don't know
hey, bro.
bro.
I,
I can't believe y'all's jerseys, bro.
they, they
Hate him, bro.
weren't as attractive as Cam thought they were. I don't know. I mean, you have to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? He got his jersey. He got 3 sacks as a 116-year-old player. And so I mean, if we could, a couple of things go our way, a couple of penalties we don't get, we get a win in them ugly ass jerseys. So, hey
I
man, I
will.
ain't mad.
I don't know how much y'all remember, but y'all had those all white jerseys at one point with like the gold on the
Color
numbers.
rush.
Clean,
Those
huh?
were not nice.
Yeah.
Those were nice, but I don't know what y'all were doing with these, bro.
Hey,
And I'm
hold
gonna
on.
tell y'all Wake Forest, not just because y'all got similar color, but y'all trash just like Wake Forest in
Oh, here we
football.
go. Hey, nah, man, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this about the Saints. We have the best looking jersey / helmets in the league
Nah,
by far.
I disagree. I think the two sickest ones. I think the Chargers got the best jerseys, bro. They could do so much with that lightning stuff, and then I've always liked the Ravens, like all black with the purple. Those are sick. I think the Eagles look good.
It ain't nothing to do with the Saints, bro.
No,
Not those particular jerseys we had on Sunday, but our colors in our regular black jerseys, our regular white jerseys with the black numbers. Those are my favorite. And the color rush that you was talking about, the all white gold numbers, those hard too. And now we got the helmet to go with them. So I mean, you know, hey bro, and then you know what's crazy? We are number one to me. Number two, as crazy as it sounds, and I would never ever dare buy a jersey or a hat. The Falcons. I think
I love the all red, the throwback helmets.
See, I don't like those. Those
Really?
those are the ones I grew up before Jerry Glanville got there and turned them black or whatever. But I've never personally ever owned a Falcons jersey, and it was at one point in the early 2000s I had probably every jersey that did it. But I have a picture of me and my son Hunter. I had on a Broncos jersey, and I got him a Michael Vick jersey, and he was 1. And I'm so glad that didn't affect his mind or anything. It didn't seep into his pores, and he accidentally become a Falcon fan or something like that. But I was a big Vick fan. But I don't know why I didn't get the jersey, because at that time I probably would have worn it. I was one of those guys that had a whole closet full of every team. Every team, every kind of jersey, football, basketball. I ain't had no hockey jerseys or nothing, but
See, I'm shocked you even let your son wear a Falcons jersey, because my mindset is I get if he likes the player, right? But I'm gonna say, nah, you can never wear that team though. But I would have in your position, I would have bought him a Mike Vick Virginia Tech jersey.
here's the thing: they didn't have none.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Meridian, Mississippi at the time, and what I would do is my son was 1, and I was commuting from Meridian, Mississippi to Rodessa, Louisiana, to see him pretty much every weekend. And my fiance at the time would always have him with these. When I would come down there, she'd have him with these Walmart short sets on, and I would be livid. I'd be so pissed off. So I always would bring him like 10 outfits when I come or something like that. And and I when I would come down there, I'd be like, and I don't want him with none of this Walmart crap on, even when I'm not. Definitely when I come down here, don't have him with these little Rugrat short sets or whatever he had on, man. I hated that, bro. I can't stand a short set. but yeah, man, I really remember that picture. I vividly remember it because we used to have those the wind up disposable cameras at the time. We didn't have camera phones. I remember I told my wife whatever, hey, take a picture of us walking to the car. And we was walking and he had the little Vic on behind his jersey, and I was like, what? Why the hell would I get him a Vic jersey, a Falcon? Yeah. But I think I had gotten him the Mike Vick shoes too. I think I got him a whole little thing, bro. But yeah, that's how much in old age I wouldn't dare put on another team jersey for nothing, man. I don't care what the fashion was right now.
Oh, come on, man.
But there's no way. I have a Bengals hat right now that I probably worn twice, and it was just because I had some Air Vapor Max that were the same color, and my shoes got to match my hat. And nah, bro, that's. I'm like, nah. I thought it was gonna burn my skull by putting it on.
Oh man,
I justified it because we got Burrow and Chase over there, so it's really the LSU Bengals. But
yeah.
Bro, you know who I thought about who fell off and just completely out the league just out of nowhere? That was a dog. Geno Atkins. Y'all remember him?
Yeah, of course, but I don't think that was just randomly. I think he was up there in age, though.
No, he was like a 10-year vet. I think he was in there like 10 years, but I think he got hurt, not even like a severe injury. And then he came back at the end of that season, and like the next season they didn't re-sign him. He didn't go anywhere else. And I remember I was like, the Saints, we needed a defensive tackle back. I was like, man, if y'all don't get Geno Atkins and shut the hell up. And we never got him. Nobody ever got him. He just went away.
Well, I'm looking at it. So 2019, he had 4.5 sacks. And I know sacks aren't everything for a D tackle, but then the next year, he only played 8 games, 0 sacks, and that was it. So I think that they just thought his production just like fell off, and I guess everybody else believed it.
Well, what was his 2018's sack total?
10 sacks.
10. So he went 10-4-0. And right. That's what I'm saying. I just didn't see how that happened so fast.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the league 11 years, though.
Yeah. For a DT, that's kind of long.
Yeah. That's nice, bro. Well, let's get it popping, box office. I'm going to let you run it, big dog. You got it.
All right. So, as usual, we'll start off with college football. We'll do some NFL later, and then we'll also have a fantasy question. Let's just start off your winners and your losers in this past weekend's college football weekend. I guess X, you go ahead.
I'm gonna say, bro, I know there's a lot of losers you can go out there and name, but I'm gonna say Florida, bro. And I just think because they had the matchup, we was all ready for the Florida LSU game this upcoming week. And I'm not saying it's taken away from it, but it has taken some notoriety away from that game. Now you're thinking to yourself, you're thinking maybe more of the Notre Dame versus Texas A&M game. You're thinking more of even the Miami USF game now. I think more people are more in tune with that one to a certain extent than Florida LSU. So I'm going to say Florida, because if Florida loses this game to LSU in Death Valley this Saturday night, bro, their schedule is brutal. It's brutal. It can go down really fast. So
even with the
Florida
win,
Gators, they're almost in a must-win this week. If they don't win, I had them in the playoffs. If they don't win this week, their playoff chances. I mean, they are going to play good teams, so they have a chance to climb back up. But I just don't see it. If you lose to USF, turn around to lose that LSU, I think it's going to be a snowball effect because now you're asking young men to take that hit and then be able to bounce back from that. And to me, I don't see that happening. So I'm going Florida just because I think this week is a must win for them. And that's sad that we're only in week 3, really, but I'm in week 2 because they have week 0 of college football. And Florida's in a must win right now.
And your winner?
Oh, you want me to get the winner too? You want me to just
Yeah.
go?
Yeah.
All right. My winner, I'm going to go USF. Nobody. And I know, because I know y'all probably going to go a different direction. I'm going to go USF because they have an opportunity right now. Even if they lose to Miami, they have 2 quality wins on their resume right now. They got Florida, they got Boise State. A lot of people pick Boise to represent the G5 and get into the playoffs. They beat Boise and beat the brakes off of Boise. They turned around, beat Florida at Florida. If Florida beats LSU this week, if Florida turns it around and does well the rest of the year, that's on their resume. So they can lose to number 5 Miami and still make it. So I look at long term, not just today, not just tomorrow, but the long term picture. And I think USF put themselves in a great situation. They beat Miami. I mean, I think they're pretty much the G5 representative in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. USF, those are 2 big wins. Florida's not gonna be LSU, but it's still credible because they were a top 10 team when they beat them. So
Right.
it still account for something. Let's go with my loser is Arizona State. We talk about
I
who we
knew
had
that
in
was
the
going down.
playoffs. I got those boys in the national title game. And you go out there, it ain't that damn funny, X.
Oh, I can't believe you put the boys in all them teams. You picked them to get to the championship.
Bruh, like based off the bracket, they on the easy side of the bracket, bruh. But they lose to a Mississippi State team that's 2-0 right now. So I'll
Right.
give them credit for that. But they those may be the only 2 wins they get this season. You know what I'm saying? And they quite possibly, well, I'm sure they got some cupcakes. That's but then the 2-0 doesn't really mean anything right now when it comes to Mississippi State. So they lose to Mississippi State, and that hurt them. That hurt them. It hurt me, and that's why they're the biggest loser this week with me. Now, the biggest winner. Now I was looking at this, and the team I had to decide between 2. I'm actually stalling because I'm still deciding, but um I got Oklahoma up for my biggest winner, or uh who are these boys, man? Or Illinois. And I know you're thinking, Illinois, why Illinois? Illinois, they beat the brakes off Duke like they were supposed to. And
That was, come
we
on.
had
It
people
wasn't
on
like
here
you said it
doubting.
was.
We had people on here doubting if they were all they cracked up to be. I think we had somebody pick Duke or something.
We didn't pick that game, but I said Duke had a chance, and Duke, bro, that score doesn't indicate how close that game was, bro. Don't do
Yes,
that.
it does.
You sad, bro.
Yes, it does. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. Oklahoma was ass last year.
They were.
Ass. First year in the SEC, and they were terrible. So them coming in here, beating a Michigan team, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Are in my opinion clearly better than they were last year, coming off the national championship. Led by freshman Bryce Underwood, and they were they did him just like I said they were gonna do him. They treated him like a freshman, and they got the win. You know what I mean? Now, I think that they what are they ranked this week? They were ranked 18 last week.
So about Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they got a chance of being a top 10 team. Moving on in the season. So I think that they did themselves a big justice by winning that game because they're gonna have a hell of a schedule. They're in the SEC now, so they're not gonna have them Big 12 games to just run through and only have to worry about Texas. They on that they got LSU on the schedule this year, and and I believe they, if I'm not mistaken, they got Bama on the schedule too, huh? Even though Bama ain't Bama, they still Bama. And I think that they did themselves a big service by winning that game. And whereas if they would have lost it, they would have been dropped to the bottom of the SEC and been right on the verge of being the same type of team they were last year, a laughing stock, a shell of themselves.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start off with my losers, and I've got two of them. I've got Oregon State, and not because they just got pummeled, because we kind of all expected it. I think Oregon, if I remember, was a 27-point favorite, so
Mhm.
it's not just that. But I think Mike Gundy's time at Oklahoma State might be up.
So you said Oklahoma State. I agree with that. I do.
Yeah, and I think his time might be coming to a wrap. He's been there forever.
He's the man.
And I think that he's peaked, and he's had a great career there. But I think the issue with Oklahoma State, I don't know if I said Oregon State, Oklahoma
You
State,
did, but you good.
Oklahoma
I went to see who the hell they played.
Oklahoma State, bro, it's not the same program anymore. And I think the reason is because it's clear they don't either have the money or they just don't, they're not investing into the football program. And I think even if you fire Mike Gundy, it might be the same thing with the next coach if you don't have enough money. So Oklahoma State might just be one of those schools that ends up being forgotten about over time, just simply because they can't keep up financially. And if you ask me who you got in the Oklahoma State Oregon game 10 years ago, I would tell you it's going to be a good close game. Now it's not even close. I mean, those programs are on two different sides completely now, and I think money is the reason why. And Oklahoma State, bro, I think even if you fire Mike Gundy, it might be the same picture with the next coach, just because they don't have the money. So huge loser, not just because they got crushed, but because of their future might be like this for a while. Another loser to me is West Virginia. They lost to Ohio, not Ohio State. They lost to Ohio, the Bobcats.
The green ones.
Yeah, the green Ohio. I mean, bruh, you lost to them. Rich Rodriguez is back in West Virginia. I hope he turns around because I love college football even more when West Virginia is relevant. But, bro, you can't lose to Ohio, bro.
Nah.
They only scored 10 points against Ohio. I mean, that's bad. I hope Rich Rod figures it out. Obviously, I wasn't expecting that big of a year for them under his first year there in his return, but you can't lose to teams like Ohio because I mean they're in the Big 12. They still got Pitt, they've got Utah, you've got Colorado, Arizona State, Texas Tech, so it's not going to get easier for them. So to me, that's concerning. My winner, I'm going to agree with Dex here. It's South Florida, bro. Even if South Florida loses to Miami, they still have a very favorable. So to me, I love the direction South Florida's headed in. I think that South Florida is a huge winner.
I like two things you said right there. I'm gonna comment on one of them. Oklahoma State, man. You fire Slayton. What's my main thing, X? You fire him.
Who's a replacement?
But you know, I'm gonna tell you, see, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know box office. He, for the longest, he was Big 12, and I look at Oklahoma State. I'm glad you brought him up because as I was watching the game, Oregon versus Oklahoma State, I said, yeah, bro, it's time to move on from Mike Gundy. At the end of the day, you're Oklahoma State. We're not sitting there acting like that's a Division II school. Like Oklahoma State, the home of Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, Justin Blackman, Dez Bryant. Like, what are we talking about? And Oklahoma State's out here and they getting destroyed by Oregon. It looked like Oregon was playing against a team that was a high school team out there. So I'm glad you brought that up. But I do think that they should move on because Gundy, maybe he just not there no more as far as the players really buying into his program anymore. But yeah, bro. I was watching that game, I swear. As I was watching that game, box office, I said the same thing you said. I said, that's my biggest loser. But of course, once you watch all the games, you weigh in on everything, you take everything into account. I didn't put it out there, but I agree with you 1,000%. Oklahoma State has to do something. T. Boone Pickens, I know he passed away, I believe. But he put a lot of money into that program, a lot of money into that program. So I'm pretty sure Oklahoma State got other billionaire that put into that program. Oklahoma State can turn around, but right now I just think that Mike Gundy. I mean, you have to find somebody new. He's been there. He's been there for a long time. It's time to go in a different direction.
I mean, here's my thing, bro. Who are you gonna get? Who's gonna want to go to Oklahoma State? The only thing you can do is get a young coach that nobody knows.
Right, but I'm saying okay, if you're a team that has like an offensive coordinator that hasn't had a chance at a big program, I'm trying to think of somebody that I would really say you would really give a chance to. But just maybe like somebody at like an Alabama, Texas, or Ohio State that's looking for that next step in their career. Maybe you go there, you build Oklahoma State back up. You don't have to start way at the bottom because Oklahoma State is still a program that is respected. Start there. Maybe move on from there, but they have to go in a different direction. They can't just keep running with Mike Gundy.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. And the thing is, I really don't keep up with coordinators in college like NFL to know it. You know what I mean? But the coordinator that I think is gonna get a head coaching job next is our very own Blake Baker down here at LSU because he's turning that defense around, and he did the same thing in Missouri, and so if anybody's gonna get a chance, it's gonna be somebody like that. But I don't know anybody in college. I'm not too familiar with any of the. I know our defense, our coordinators at LSU, but I don't follow everybody's coordinators like that unless it's somebody everybody's talking about. But I don't think that there's anybody out there like that. And if you're gonna replace somebody, really right now, he's the only draw that they have to Oklahoma State. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me throw a name out there for you. And I'm not saying he would leave, but like Alex Golish from South Florida. If South Florida goes on to do good things this year, Oklahoma State is a bigger program than South Florida. Like he may say, okay, I'll go to Oklahoma State.
Well,
I'm
he
not
would say
saying for
yes,
sure, but I'm just throwing
he would-
names out there. A name out there for you.
he would definitely do that.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, man, but that is still Florida.
Right.
It's South Florida. It's South Florida, but it's better than Oklahoma. And then the other team in Oklahoma, and he's not even the other team though in Florida. He's like what, fourth on the picking order in Florida,
Probably.
and hell, and that's if they don't want to go to HBCU because Florida A&M is a big draw in Florida as well. So I don't know. You're right. He probably would.
What do you think about like a guy like Billy Napier? If Florida lets him go, because I think
Hell,
Napier's a good coach. I just think that for whatever reason, bro, he might just not be ready for like a big program like Florida.
I don't even think it's him.
Wow.
I think it's the players, bro. I think it's the players because I mean we saw firsthand what he can do as a coach,
Right.
Here in UL Lafayette, and now he has a higher caliber, supposedly a player, and he can't get it out of him, whatever it is. Have y'all been watching that in Netflix SEC in any given Saturday series?
I got 2 episodes left.
I think I might have 2 left too. That's a damn good series, bro.
Yeah,
check it out. I never watched it.
And you know another thing I watched the Cowboys thing.
I didn't watch that one yet.
Hey, bro, I can see how people get tricked into being Cowboys fans, bro. I can see it. I can see how you can get tricked into being a Cowboy fan because if I wasn't smart as I am and a Saints fan, if I won't let my wife watch it. My wife's not gonna watch it because it's like Jerry Jones is a dog, bro. Jerry Jones is a dog. You like it made me feel bad about the impression I have of him right now. But I think he's an idiot right now, like what he's doing right now. But I think they recorded this like last year, and he seemed like he was still in his right mind on there. But as we look today at these moves he's making, I don't think he's in his right mind anymore, man. But I will tell you that the Cowboys thing, being is that I lived through their dominance in the 90s, it was really dope to watch. It was really dope to watch. And I remember my uncle being a Cowboys fan and me almost going for the Cowboys when they were good. Like I liked them. They just weren't my favorite team. And when I got older, Cowboys fans made me hate them. So it was like it was either this or that. But they were probably my second favorite team growing up. Because when the playoffs started, I had to go for somebody. The Saints wasn't in
it. You like box office likes that? Don't say that.
Well, my thing is like if I didn't know C, and like let's say I saw C watching football at a sports bar and he wasn't wearing like the Saints stuff, I would guess C is a Cowboys fan. Because C got the personality of a Cowboys fan.
For another team, huh?
He's the type to like hype up Jerry, and then when they lose, he blames Jerry.
Boy, you're crazy.
Because that's how Cowboy fans are. But see, I don't like a lot of like dynasties and stuff. But like I actually don't hate the Cowboys. I think their fans are annoying. But I actually find it funny when they lose, but I don't hate them. I just think I know something funny is going to happen because of it.
I'm trying to think of a franchise that I absolutely hate.
I hate the Patriots with Brady and Belichick. I hate it. I hate them.
For a while, I hated the Patriots, but it was kind of like the LeBron thing to me. You can ask X. I hated LeBron for a long time. Yeah,
you told me, yeah.
But the Patriots, I hated the Patriots, bro.
No, I hate it.
But they just fucking kept winning, bro. It was like I refused to call Brady the GOAT. Then he won another damn championship. I was like, bro, come on, man. What am I gonna be just? What am I just gonna be stupid and say he not? Like that's how I felt. And I just had to put it on the back where I said, well, he can't play there forever. And I'll get to laugh at the Patriots one day. And now that day has come, and I'm happy about it. I'm good with Brady. The bastard would go to the Buccaneers though. That damn near made me hate him again.
I actually like. That's when I didn't mind Brady anymore because I was like, all right, go to Tampa, go to a team I don't hate, nothing like that. I kind of wanted in a way for him to win there to prove Belichick wrong. So I didn't.
I didn't mind.
Actually, I respected Brady so much, and I don't mind him now after the Tampa thing. But the New England stuff, I can't.
I just don't like somebody who keeps winning. Like Kansas City, they were right there.
Yeah, they're
Tyler
starting to annoy me. Yeah.
Oh God.
But I really think their run's over, bro. So
right.
I'm good with it now.
The only team I don't like is the Lakers. I don't like that. In all sports, I don't like the Lakers, bro.
Why?
I don't like them at all.
Why? What the Lakers did to you, bro?
Bruh, Shaq and Kobe. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I love Shaq and Kobe.
Bruh, no, bruh.
I didn't
No.
like Shaq and Kobe, and then I didn't start liking Kobe till after.
Me too.
Shaq.
I liked Kobe afterwards, yep.
I
But
didn't
like,
I was never a Shaq guy either. Like, don't get me wrong, Shaq dominant, but I mean he was unbelievable. But I just didn't like watching his style and rooting for him. Yeah.
I did.
I did too. But my thing is, bro, you have to understand, I grew up a Pacer fan, bro. And I know you like X, there you go with that stupid stuff. A Reggie Miller fan. And bro, when Reggie finally got to the finals, bro, here we go. Shaq and Kobe knocked them out. I'm like, bruh. And then all my friends like the Lakers, so I'm like, bro, I don't like them dudes, bro.
Yeah, I don't like the Lakers to this day. Their fans are kind of like Cowboy fans. They're annoying. I hated Alabama with Saban.
Yeah. I did.
Now, I don't even mind Alabama as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still root for Auburn when they play, but I couldn't do Alabama.
Hey, I know C always asks these questions. I'm asking y'all. You ever saw that little thing with that guy? I forgot the guy's name with Drewski and that Alabama skit that he does, that guy? Bro, that is hilarious, bro.
With the
I don't give a piss
overall.
about anything but the tide. Hey, bro. Bro, I laughed. My wife was like, it's not even that funny. I'm like, girl, you crazy.
Dog, one thing it is, most women, they just don't get it, bro, because you get it from a sports point of view,
right?
And just for looking at what he's doing. Because you're like, dog, it's really people like this. This is not, he's not making this up. This is for real. This is people like this. One of the best 30 for 30s is the Auburn and Alabama one. When the dude calls up to the radio station, talk about how he poisoned those trees.
Yep, and he got locked up for it.
Yeah, I was like, dog, these people are nuts, bro.
Paul Feinbaum was like, wait, you did what? You know that's illegal, right? That's actually nuts.
That was hilarious, bro. I was like, dog, this dude is such a hillbilly. He like he wants to tell him, yeah, roll damn tide. Boy, if you don't shut your stupid ass.
Hey, see, I'm telling you, go check out the Drewski skit of the Alabama Crimson Tide thing. Bro, hilarious.
I've seen like just a little post on Instagram or whatever with him doing that, but I ain't seen like the whole skit.
Bruh, that dudes be tripping, bro. But go ahead, box office.
All right, let's not get too far off. Your player of the week in college football.
All right, I'm going Byron Brown, bro. USF, bro. Over 300 total yards. Went to Gainesville. All the talk was DJ Lagway. Is this DJ Lagway's the year to take that next step? And he was outplayed by Byron Brown, bro. Byron Brown did his thing. Like I said, over 300 yards. Beat him in Gainesville. So, yeah, I'm going USF all the way this time.
I don't know if C is ready. I'll go. John Mateer, bro. Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
He was great. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He looked confident. If someone, we're not gonna start Heisman rankings yet. It's way too early. But if we did, John Mateer's right there.
Right.
He's the biggest reason Oklahoma looks different this year. They just look very balanced on offense. I love the way he got the ball to Deion Burks during that game. So John Mateer, to me, a player of the week. And also, I mean, it was also the biggest game of the week, and he just balled out.
I'm trying to find this guy's name.
Why you do that? I just want to say this. That I take. So I know there's some people that say, "Well, this person had 3 touchdowns." I'm like box office. Like it's who you played. It's not just about your numbers being great. Were you big in a game that that was a big game, or were you the underdog? And that's why I say I don't have no issue with him going with his guy, and that's why I got Brown as my guy because Brown was the underdog in a hostile environment, Gainesville, and that's why I believe he's the player. And no turnovers, 0 turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions. Shout out to him, man.
All right, I got somebody, and neither one of y'all won't guess this, bro.
Who's that?
Jacob Fields, a linebacker for Louisiana Tech. Bruh, this dude was all over the field. He originally went to LSU, and I don't even know what happened with him, but he ended up going to Louisiana Tech now, and you could tell he wanted to win this game. I don't know if he really thought they could win it, but he wanted to win his game. He was trying to send a message to Kelly because he was there on Kelly's first year there, and he was all over the field, bro. I was like, man, he's a damn good linebacker, bro. Tech got them one with him. And Louisiana Tech, they made that game way harder than it should have been. And it was a lot because of him and their defense. Their defense was really stout all night. So, shout out to Fields, man. He gets my Player of the Week award.
In a loss, say that. Hey, I don't,
In a loss,
I don't tell you, but I mean, that game was 20-0 with 5 minutes left in the game. So I mean, it wasn't like La Tech was about to win it. I mean, they were shout out to them. They kept competing. I'll give you that. See,
they competed the whole night,
they
bro.
did. They did.
That was supposed to get really, really ugly, bro. That was supposed to be like the Nichols last year, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It just wasn't, man. And that I talked to Keontae. He played for Keontae Williams. He played for Nichols last year. And I asked him about that game. I said, man, how was it going in there and playing LSU or whatever? He said, bro, to be honest with you, it was like any other game. He said it was like any other game. He was like, but everybody over there was good. Like, he said, but the teams we usually play, they might have one good guy. He said everybody over there was good, and that's the difference or whatever.
Yeah. Of course, all the big programs, I think that's where you see the difference. They don't just have one guy; they have a bunch of them, and then they got depth on top of that. The elite programs, they got the depth to keep throwing them at you.
Yeah, bro, that's what I think is different about LSU this year. We got that depth now. We back again with a lot of depth now.
All right. Speaking of LSU, we're gonna go to our top 5 teams in the country right now, and you tell me what you would change. The AP poll right now has Ohio State 1, Penn State 2, LSU 3, Oregon 4, Miami 5, and Georgia and Texas right after outside the top 5. Let me know your top 5.
Well, last week I had the same top 5 they had. The only difference I had Georgia at I think 5 or 4 or 5. So I would put Georgia in over Oregon. I just think Oregon hasn't played anybody. I'll give y'all may say Oklahoma State, but that was Oklahoma. I don't know what's going on Oklahoma State right now. So I just think I gotta see more from Oregon. I am a believer in Oregon. I actually picked them to go to the playoffs. People were saying they're pretty much done. I said Oregon's gonna get to the playoffs, but right now I would still have Miami and Georgia and Oregon. But I have the same top 3 in the exact order they have it.
Well, I do not.
Oh, God.
I told y'all last week, man, you don't get no points for me for beating up on bums, man. And guess what? Ohio State beat the hell out of a bum this past weekend, man. They beat the hell out of our Grambling State University.
But they did beat Texas the first week.
Yeah, but that wasn't this week. that was last week, and they played a team that should not have been on the field with them, and they put 70 points up on them. That don't impress me, man. So number 1, I have big LSU. I got LSU.
They beat Grambling, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, was it the battle of the bands?
Hey, right, Grambling, come on, man. I'm disrespect
Y'all
Grambling,
beat
man.
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech's better than Grambling.
Oh, come on.
Bro, you sad, see, bro. You sad,
Nah,
bro.
I'm not. You don't get no points for. You don't get no cool points for for beating up on a bum, bro. That's like me beating up on y'all
Why
every
we
week.
gotta call Grambling bums, man? Be respectful right now, man.
No, man. When you judging the competition, they bums compared to the national champions. Yes, they look like a high school team, bro.
Come on, bro.
They
Shout out
did,
to all
bro.
my people that graduated from Grambling, man. Mr. Rossi.
Hey, man, they should have went helped them.
But you sad,
You
bro.
know what? No, they should have went and talked to the athletic director from taking that money to go up there and take that ass whipping. They should have. They should have talked to him. So that's why I call them bums, because they got paid to go out there and get beat up on. And I understand it. They need the money up there at Grambling, but bruh, no, man, you don't get no points for that. But that moves Ohio State to the number 2 position, followed by Penn State with 3. I don't even know who they play. Who they play this week?
Penn State played. Let me see. I
I
don't
think it
watch
was
it.
like Akron or something.
Yeah, it wasn't nobody crazy.
Yeah, they lucky didn't nobody else play nobody else because they be dropping down too.
Dang, see, bro. You sad,
I,
bro.
I don't respect it, bro. Not when we out here playing hard teams, bro. Anyway, man,
Bro, we played a lot of tech. Hey, see, come on, bro. Come on,
bro,
bro.
they played. Let's
Oh,
see.
they played FIU.
Yeah, Florida International. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
So
bro. Come on,
so
see.
anyway, bro. I got LSU, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, and then Oregon. I'll take Oregon. I just think when it's gonna come down to the end of the year, Oregon they'll be around the same area at the end of the year. So I got them at 5 right now, and Georgia's gonna be a thorn in everybody in the SEC side every year. So yeah, got them at 4.
All right. Well, I'm gonna agree with the top 5 except 4 and 5. So I'm okay with the top 3. I just think Miami should be above Oregon right now because Miami actually had a tougher game in Notre Dame that they pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon played Oklahoma State. That is not the same program. But at the same time, I'm not going to overreact. It's week 2 now, about to be week 3. It really doesn't matter yet. This is going to get flipped around a whole bunch. A lot of these teams are going to have L's soon, so I'm not tripping off anybody's opinion really yet.
I disagree, man. I think in college more than the NFL, these games mean something. They might not mean as much as they did 3 years ago, but I do believe you're positioning yourself to not have to work so hard at the end of the year when the games get harder, when you get to playing in your conference hard. You win these games, you position yourself to be able to lose a game in your conference or whatever. But I think taking an L this early in the season makes it real hard on you for the season. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
well, speaking of that, let's go to our picks then.
Hey, trip.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we're gonna the standings for the college so far this year. C, you are first at 13 and 5. We picked 18 games. I'm second, 1 game behind, 12 and 6. My brother 11 and 7, Jasper 10 and 8, and Xavier at a good old 500 at 9 and 9.
Hey, man, that's light, man. I gotta give y'all a little leeway because I'm about to catch y'all.
Nah.
All right, ACC matchup. Clemson at Georgia Tech. This game's in Atlanta.
Man, I'm gonna go first. See, that's what I do. See, I don't worry about what everybody else got. I go by my conviction. I'm gonna pick Clemson, even though I want to pick Tech because I don't like what I've been seeing from Clemson. And I had Clemson in the playoffs, so they can't fail me right now. What's my boy's name? I don't know why I lost his name just now. The quarterback, Hines
King.
King. He's playing this week. He didn't play last week. He's playing this week. Okay. Hines King, he's gonna be playing. Hey, he gave Georgia all kind of trouble last year, bro. So so I'm gonna take Clemson, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a very close game, very competitive. If Georgia Tech wins, wouldn't surprise me.
All right. I don't have a big enough lead to pick Georgia Tech like I want to. So
Oh, if you think Tech gonna win, pick them.
I'm not sure. Uh, uh, everything in my heart says to pick Georgia Tech, but my mind is telling me that Clemson not gonna suck again. They have to get it together at some point or another. They're too good of a team. They're too good of a team. Have too good of a coach to lose the first week. Damn near lose to Troy last week, and then to come in here. I think what's going to happen is they're gonna get it together and put everybody back on notice with a big win against a Georgia Tech team that's gonna play hard and give them a run for their money in this game, but ultimately come out with a decisive win.
Okay. So I don't know how much y'all remember, but when we did our predictions, this was my ACC title game. I mean, might change. Obviously, Miami and Florida State look good, but this game's in Atlanta. Antonio Williams is day to day. Clemson has looked bad. I'm going Georgia Tech.
Hey,
I'm going off of what I see.
that's a fact.
And now maybe Georgia Tech wins this game and Clemson just turns it around rest of the season. Their season's not over with this loss, but they would have to basically win out. I don't know. I got to go off what I'm seeing. I don't like when teams don't look good a couple of weeks straight. That's concerning to me. Cade Klubnik looks like trash. We gave him a pass
That's
again.
your husband.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
national champion.
I will give him a pass for the LSU game, but you can't play like that against Troy. I mean, come on. Look, I got Georgia Tech. Maybe I'm tripping, but I got to go what I've seen. I thought Georgia Tech was a good team going into the year. I still think they're a good team. So I'm gonna go with the Yellow Jackets. And my brother sent his pick in. He's also got Clemson. He's rolling with y'all.
Okay, I got a question for you. And I know you gotta go to the next game. So you're not a little concerned. I'm not trying to get you to switch your pick because I respect you for the fact that you even picked them. But Georgia Tech didn't blow out Colorado. You think Colorado's a good team?
No, but no, they did not look good at that game at all.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, that concerns me too. I just think that they're catching Clemson at the right time at home. That's all I think it is.
Okay.
But
all right.
This is gonna sound crazy. One of the main reasons why I want to pick Georgia Tech, it doesn't really have anything to do with their team right now. You remember Ball that used to be the quarterback there?
Yeah.
He's on a podcast I watch. And he's very close to the team. He's very close to the team, and he's bragging on them. He's always giving us these little tidbits on there about them. And I'm like, are they that good, or is he just fucking stuck in his head?
Man, pick him. Pick him. You want to pick him? Pick him.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking I'm being swayed by Ball. And I'm like, because had I not ever seen anything that he be saying, I wouldn't be thinking twice. I'd be like, oh man, Clemson, it'd be a blowout. But I think Clemson gets it back on the rails this week. I think that the second half of last game, they started getting themselves back together. And now they Klubnik didn't look good. He still hadn't looked good. But Klubnik, he's a good quarterback in my opinion. I think he's going to get it together. And they'll win. Yeah, my
Who
bad.
Jay got? Yvonne.
He hasn't gotten back to me, but I'll get it. I'll get it by the game day.
Okay.
All right. Next matchup: Battle of Florida, South Florida at Miami.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all think I'm tripping, bruh, but I asked them the question last week, and y'all kind of laughed at me, look. I said, "Who has the best chance to put an upset out of Duke, Illinois?" I brought up the Mississippi State Arizona State game. We saw that one get upset, and then I brought up this USF versus Florida. And I think USF has something going on brewing over there. I think they're gonna give Miami all they can handle, but I'm gonna take the Hurricanes because I actually like what I'm seeing from Carson Beck in Miami. He looks a lot more confident. He looks like he's playing with more confidence. And yeah, bro, I'm going with the Hurricanes, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that emotion or whatever, bro. Carson Beck, man, it's like a feel good story, bro. To
Right.
watch him play over there. He looks like he's playing. He looks like he's happy. Because everybody when he went and took the money, that's how everybody. Oh, he just took the money and went to Miami. He's not gonna win anything over there, man. He should just stayed at Georgia or whatever. But Georgia didn't want him no more. Um, I don't think Georgia wanted him anymore. And I do think that he took the money. But I think it worked out good for both of them. And I'm happy that he's happy. And I think that it's a good fit for him down there in Miami. With that being said, I got them over USF, bro.
Blowout?
Nah, not a blowout.
Okay.
Not a blowout. I think it's close just because of in Florida rivalry and USF coming out that Florida win. I think that they feeling themselves a little bit. They're gonna keep it close.
Okay. Last week when I was doing a whole bunch of parlays, I actually stayed away from the Florida South Florida game because I knew. Also, that line didn't make sense to me. Florida was minus 950. For those that don't understand, that means you'd have to put $950 on Florida just to win 100. So they were a huge favorite.
Yeah.
And I thought that was sketch. Now I'm looking at this line. Miami's a 17.5-point favorite. And I actually think South Florida is going to cover that. I think Miami pulls it out in a close one, but I'm not confident. This is one of those games when I do a parlay this week, I'm staying away from.
Yeah.
It's just a little tricky. Even if South Florida loses this game, I think they're in a good position because if they win out rest of the year, they would make the playoffs. They would say our one loss is Miami. With that being said, my brother also is rolling with Miami.
Okay.
All right. Next game, we got a rematch of last year, which was also a night game. I'm sure y'all remember this one. Texas A&M at Notre Dame, this time in South Bend. I remember the game last year being in College Station. My brother has Notre Dame. Who we got?
I'm with your brother 1,000%. I think that people are, you may look at Notre Dame losing to Miami, but Miami's a good football team. I said Carson Beck played well in that game as well. Veteran quarterback. Marcel Reed, I don't know. I feel like as far as a thrower, he's not the guy. And I just feel that Freeman and company will have something for him. So I got Notre Dame in that game, especially being in South Bend.
I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame as well. Losing to Miami is a wake up call for them, I believe, coming off a national championship game, losing to Miami in the first game of the season. I think they may feel okay, we blew our big game loss. We blew our big game loss, so now we got to win this. So now I remember last year they messed up my parlay. Losing to A&M. I'm not going to be pissed off and not pick them because of that. But I would have stayed. This is one I will be staying away from on my parlay. But just because I got to pick one, yeah, I'm gonna pick Notre Dame.
All right. I'm going Notre Dame as well. That means all of us got them. I actually was kind of impressed by CJ Carr in that first game
Me
against
too.
Miami. Whether he lost or not, I actually liked what I saw. I thought he had awesome poise for a freshman. He was chilling. He did not look startled at all. I loved his pocket presence. I'm a fan of CJ Carr. I obviously got to see more, but to me, it seemed pretty good. And I trust them. They actually didn't have a game since Miami, so they actually had 2 weeks for this game. So I think that Notre Dame gets it done. A&M, man, they blow it in big games. They haven't won a big game in my eyes since Johnny Manziel. So I got the Fighting Irish.
And didn't they beat them last year?
No, Notre Dame won
No,
that game.
Notre Dame did win last year. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Notre
Notre
Dame
Dame's
won.
loss was to Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I knew they had a loss. I'm like, who they lost to? You're right. Notre Dame did win that game.
Yeah. All right. Next game, y'all's game. Florida at LSU. Also a rematch of last year. I mean, obviously it's an SEC game. Before y'all make y'all's pick, let me know what y'all thought of last year's game. I know.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. We're not doing that.
My
Why
brother's
are we
got
talking about
LSU,
last
by the way.
year?
My
We
brother's
don't
got
want to talk about
LSU.
last
Smart
year.
man. Smart man.
Hey, but the fact that we lost some last year, and I do think they were. That's why I'm a little concerned about what the USF win is because I think they were kind of looking ahead to the LSU game. But I think LSU gets them this year because LSU has that revenge factor on their mind. I do think LSU's the better team. So I got LSU beating Florida.
All right. What we're witnessing right now is a new LSU team.
Hey, Nazbus!
Last year means nothing. Last year's losses or wins don't mean anything to anybody this year. If so, why would we play the games? Right?
Right,
So,
right.
looking at those two teams this year, if you could tell me that LSU is not the better team, I'd ask you, did you need to borrow my glasses? Because there's nothing about Florida that says that they're better than us this year. Last year, they caught us slipping. We were on a decline. But guess what we did? Bryce Underwood, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You allowed us to hit that transfer portal and ball, boy. We went and bought the best defense that you could purchase in the portal. And guess who's going to suffer for it this week? DJ Lagway.
Hey, bro, stop scaring me, bro. You scaring me right now.
Dennis Johnson Lagway. I know that's not his name, but I don't know his name. But DJ Dennis Johnson Lagway, we on your ass this week, homeboy. I don't know if y'all been watching it, man, but that LSU defense is something to see, bro. Something to see. And they the once the offense catches up to where the defense is at currently, it's gonna be ridiculous, man. It's going to be ridiculous because right now I would put our defense against anybody defense in the country right now. I
You hear
would.
me, Bond? Don't act like you don't hear what he's saying.
He not. I mean, if he watch the games, he know I'm telling the truth. We got a lockdown corner. AJ House is a dog, bro. You know what I mean? We got interchangeable pieces on the defensive line, just putting them in and putting out. The Weeks brothers are killing it at the linebacker position, and we already know what number 7 does. Big Harold Perkins. You already know what he does. He's around everywhere, around the ball, everywhere. So guess who he's going to be spying this week? None other than Dennis Johnson Lagway.
Come on, man. Stop disrespecting him, man.
What's his name? It doesn't matter what his name is. He's smacking the ass around this week. Big LSU, not the little one. And guess where they're gonna be at? Death Valley. And the tickets are way too much, so I won't be there.
Oh man.
And look, bro, look what Morgan tell me, man. I said, I call her right around kickoff. I say, I FaceTime her. I'm thinking she walking to the game. It's all dark. I said, where are you? She's like, in my bed. I said, why? I thought you were walking to the game right now. She was like, I'm not going to the game. I said, what you talking about? You told me you were shopping for an outfit for the game day. She said, for the tailgate. I'm not going in there, man. I said, because she didn't get she didn't buy the student ticket. The student ticket or whatever. And I asked her why. I said, buy it. Just buy it. And then if you decide you want to go to a game, you can go. But she doesn't, she's there to have fun at the tailgate with her friends. And they all her friends were all at their apartments and rooms when the game was on. I said, wow, bro. I said, y'all are missing it, man. You at LSU. I asked her, what's she going this week? She's like, nah, I would have to pay regular price for a game, for a ticket. So no, nah, you can't pay for that, baby. Can't pay for that. And I'm not helping you pay for it either.
That's the most female logic ever. Like we I love tailgating, but I love the game too.
Bro, look at LSU, some kind of tradition to where they wear cowboy boots, white cowboy boots, for the games on game day to tailgate. And she's in this her second year. She bought her second pair of boots to wear last year. And her roommate's one of our church members, and their family is a millionaire. So now she thinks she can shop just because that girl can shop. Nah, baby, we not millionaires. You can't go shop with her. No. You get them the same boots. When your money, you should get an allowance every week still. When that money gone, you in Baton Rouge by yourself, baby. Come home.
Also, with every time we pick LSU games, I realize you should have been a wrestling promoter. You should be hyping up Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw.
Hey man,
you be hyping up LSU.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you, man. I'm trying to bring you over here to the not the dark side, the light side.
Well, you got me this week. I got LSU.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not sure Billy Napier makes it to the Texas game.
Oh, no.
I was watching a sports show today. Somebody wrote, my son played at Florida and said that Napier is a great person, but not an SEC coach. And that might be true. Even that SEC series on Netflix, he seemed like a really good dude.
Yeah.
But look, man, I think he's at Florida at the wrong time because I think that schedule last 2 years, I actually think it's too brutal. Yeah. Too brutal. I personally would give Billy Napier another year. I know because I'm a little more patient than everybody else, and the reason I would give him one more year after this, more than anything, is because he's probably one of the biggest reasons DJ Lagway is there. And you're risking Lagway possibly transferring if you fire Billy Napier. So I would keep him mainly just to keep Lagway and see if you can maximize that. But I don't like what I've seen out of Florida so far, and I'm gonna go off LSU. Same reason I picked Georgia Tech, just based off of what I've seen this year. I just think also, like you said, it's in Baton Rouge. I don't think it's it's not good timing for Florida.
Bro, and is it just me or is DJ Lagway overrated, bro?
Well, that's what I was gonna say is he doesn't look that much improved. I mean, you can't.
Nah, he doesn't.
Like when I watched Lenora Sellers against Virginia Tech, he looked better to me.
Yeah.
Lagway looks the same.
Lagway looks like he's riding off his talent. Like last year, he's a freshman. He was talented. They wanted him in. I think maybe the best and the worst thing that could have happened to him last year was Graham Mertz getting hurt. It allowed people to go ahead and see him and him to get big wins like the one against LSU and exciting the fan base. But I don't think he's taking that next step up this year. I think he's still riding off his athletic ability, and he hadn't excelled. He hadn't gotten better, and I think we all hyped him up going into this season because we just expected him to get better, just natural progression. And I think he's the same guy we saw last year.
All right. Well, we got all LSU and Lagway. You got to wake up. Your schedule just gets more brutal. All right. Game I forgot to mention. Let's do it. SEC game. Vanderbilt at South Carolina. 2 undefeated teams. Who we got? My brother's got South Carolina.
I got South Carolina too. Vandy had a good win this past week against Virginia Tech, but South Carolina gives you a whole different element that you got to worry about. I know, they have Sellers, but even Harbor over the top. Like, it's just, I just like, and their defense. I just think South Carolina's a better team. I got South Carolina.
I know who I don't have.
Don't do that, see.
I know I don't have Vanderbilt. I know that. That was cute last year, Diego Pavia and all that. Hey, bro. He gone. That's nice. The SEC thing on Netflix had you kind of, oh man, look at Vanderbilt. And they had a good season last year. Look at it, they beat Bama. Hey, bro. All that comes to a halt. Sellers, one of the best quarterbacks in the country this year. And South Carolina, although I don't believe they're going to be as good as advertised, they're better than Vanderbilt, bro. Vanderbilt and Kentucky back at the basement of the SEC this year, bro.
Yeah, I think this is actually a close game, but I've got South Carolina pulling it out at home. But I do think it's closer than people think. All right, game of the week, SEC matchup. We have, I'm trying to see who is at home. Okay, Georgia at Tennessee. It's in Knoxville. My brother's got Tennessee. Who you got?
All right, so shout out to Antonio, 8-0 in NFL picks. And we've been agreeing on everything so far. This is where we disagree. I got the Bulldogs knocking off the Volunteers, and it's really just for a few reasons, bro. The last 4 times they played in Knoxville, let me tell y'all, and we know Tennessee's a high-powered offense. 10 points, 17, 14, and 0. They can't even get to 20 points against Georgia. And you talking about Hendon Hooker being there. You talking about Joe Milton being there. I'm sorry. Nico, all these guys. I'm looking at it right now. They scored 21 points. That's the most they've scored in the last 8 times that they played, and Georgia beat them all 8 times. I got Georgia. I just think Georgia is not scared of Heupel and his offense. I think Kirby Smart knows what he's trying to do. You understand it? It's just a thorn in their side. Of course, this could be the year they upset them and take the goalposts down. But until I see it get done, I got the Bulldogs. And I think the Bulldogs hold them under 20 again this week.
Hey, man. Tennessee, they say, man, we got Joey Aguilar now, bro. All those names were cute. All the names that you named was cute. Hendon Hooker, Joe Milton, all that, bro. Joey Aguilar.
How you playing?
Hey, bro, go Dogs, bro. I got Georgia. I'll put it like this, bro. Those goalposts in Tennessee are the safest goalposts in the country this week. They are the safest goalposts in the country this week because Georgia's gonna go out there, set a statement. I mean, put a statement out to let everybody know that they still Georgia. They still Georgia, top 5 team in the country.
And I'll just add this for you, Yvonne, just to put in context. I said the most they've scored in the last 8 meetings, Tennessee is 21. I'm going to tell you Georgia's scores in the last 8 meetings. 41, 38, 43, 44, 41, 27, 38, 31. Georgia's been beating the brakes off of Tennessee. I actually like Tennessee somewhat. I actually root for their program somewhat. Of course, I'm LSU diehard, but I don't have no issue with Tennessee. But the
Me either.
proof is in the pudding, man.
Tennessee, I've liked Tennessee since Al Wilson was there. Y'all remember Al Wilson?
Yep.
Al Wilson. I was a big Al Wilson fan because I like linebackers, and he was like a prototypical linebacker to me, man. And I even followed him for a little while he was in the NFL, bro. He never kind of was the guy that he was at Tennessee, but he had a cool little career with the Broncos.
Okay. That does scare me what you said, X, because I never realized that they just couldn't score on Georgia with this offense. But I'm still gonna go with the Vols.
There you go.
They're kind of bound for it. They're
Right,
bound.
that's true.
They're
At
kind of
some point,
bound
you got to
for
break
it.
through.
But I like, C's joking around about Aguilar. I like what I've seen out of him, actually. Hasn't turned the ball over. He's better than Nico, who, by the way, I don't know if how much y'all seen the UCLA. It's been bad. It's been bad. It's funny how Tennessee ended up having to pay a player less unintentionally, and it's working out great. But I think Tennessee does it. I'm not sold on Gunnar Stockton. That's my thing. I think he's kind of stiff.
Yeah.
He doesn't throw the ball. He's not as loose as I'd like him to be. I think Tennessee pulls it off, bro. And I'll go with the Vols.
This their chance right here. If they can't get it done this year, golly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. If they can't get it done this year, bro, and I don't think they will,
Bruh.
they can get it done this year. Tennessee's like, I always make jokes about who's a real SEC team and who's not. Tennessee is like, I look at them as a real SEC team, but not really. It's like, if they go out and they lose to an out of conference team, I'm like, okay. All right, if they lose they go play like for instance in the playoffs, they played Ohio State and got demolished, right? All right, duh. Like that didn't surprise me.
See, I'm kind of like you, and the way I view Tennessee is, and I'm not saying it because they lost this past week, but you know how people have like that inkling on the Dolphins? They're kind of like they can score a lot of points, but they're kind of soft in a sense.
Yeah,
I think people view Tennessee as like they can beat you because they have talent, they can score, but I just think this is a bad matchup for them. It's like the Dolphins versus the Ravens, and the Ravens just they just play defense, and you got the Dolphins who can score, but they just soft.
they soft as fuck. The Dolphins, boy. God, dog. If I'm any team, I don't want to be compared to the Dolphins, bro.
I actually like the Dolphins Tennessee comparison because in my lifetime they've been about the same.
Right.
They've had a couple of relevant years here and there, but nothing where over the top, and that's it. So yeah, that comparison makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
All
so
right.
T. Martin. You're talking about T. Martin, dog. They haven't won a championship since T. Martin.
Yeah, I mean it's been over 25 years.
You got Peyton Manning was there. Like,
That's hilarious, bro. That right after Peyton Manning leaves.
Right. I was like, they could have went with Peyton, but they went with T. Martin.
Yeah, that season got T. Martin in the league. He stuck around a couple of years too because he didn't do anything before that. But I mean,
yeah. All right. Well, that's our college football for the week. Now let's move on to the NFL. All right. So, winners and losers. What you got, X? Or sorry, C.
Winners and losers for the week. I'll go with losers first. The Baltimore Ravens are the biggest losers. Um, what the hell was that, bro? What the hell was that? How do you blow that lead in the fourth quarter like they did? There's good news and bad news about that for them. The good news is it happened. It happened early in the season and not in the playoffs. I think they got it out their system now. So maybe they can make it through the playoffs without having a breakdown like that. The bad news is um I think that they just put so much confidence into Josh Allen as if he needed more confidence. But I think if they were to go up in the playoffs, it would be so hard to put the Bills away. They could be up 30 going into the fourth quarter, and I think Josh Allen could possibly bring them back. That team believes that they could beat Baltimore now. So it's good that they maybe got that breakdown done early in the year, but it's bad because now they gave them way too much confidence to be going into the playoffs with. Let's see. Losers. Oh, that means damn winners. Um Winners, I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Good pick.
The Vikings are the winner, man. Same kind of situation as the Bills and the Ravens, but different. JJ McCarthy, he proved himself last night. He proved himself last night. I almost was gonna go with the Bears as my losers, but the Ravens made it so hard to go with anybody else but them. But I'll go with the Vikings as my winner. JJ McCarthy, he proved that he's a NFL quarterback at least for 1 week. At least for 1 week. He showed he can make the passes. He can make the passes. He has the mental toughness to stay in a game. And he showed he had wheels running in that last touchdown they had. You know what I mean? So, and he got his team to believe in him now. So you take over a team. Picture this: you take over a team that won 14 games last year, and they got rid of the quarterback. They let the quarterback that did that for them leave, and you're the new guy, and you're a rookie. You're basically a rookie. So now they let the quarterback go that won us 14 games last year for you. Now go out there and hoop. Bruh, he had everything on his shoulders and he stood up to the task. And I like the emotion that he showed at the end of the game and the poise that he showed. And he's a dude that we don't have much film on throwing the ball. Let's be real. You know what I mean? So the fact that he made a couple of those throws was impressive. Minnesota as a whole was impressive with the how they held on. Another person that impressed me from Minnesota was that running back Mason. He I think we might have a running back controversy over there in Minnesota. The way he was running the ball last night, because what's my man name?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. He got a touchdown, but he didn't do much else all night. He didn't do much else all night. Every time he touched the ball, he was hit, stopped at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, Mason, every time he got the ball, he was picking up yardage, man. He was running hard. And they were acting like he was bigger than Aaron Jones, but I thought it was the reverse. I thought Aaron Jones was bigger than him. I didn't look at their sizes, but he damn sure ran bigger than him last night. So, anyway, with all that being said, man, shout out to Minnesota. They did their thing last night. They're my biggest winners.
All right, all right. So I'm gonna go to my biggest loser, bro. The Miami Dolphins, bro. And I picked them to lose, but God, hey, I'm not capping, bro. Because you look, box office knows, see, I didn't think the Saints was gonna be good this year. I'm not lying, bro. I think the Dolphins may be the worst team in football, bro. I think they
Mhm.
quit on their coach. They looked, and what's crazy is they actually got talent. Like we're not gonna sit here and act like the Dolphins don't have talent on their roster. They have a talented roster, bro. But bro, I'm watching that game and I'm sitting there saying, I thought Daniel Jones would be good with the coach, but golly, bro, he looks like no Andrew Luck unretired came back. Oh, yeah, bro. I think the Dolphins. I think their season is over with, bro, and that's crazy. After 1 week, I don't. You just watching the film. We're not going off of anything else. Not what we projected. Anything. I'm just saying. Watching what we saw this past week. If we was ranking all 32 teams, how can we put a team over the Dolphins? The Dolphins look terrible to me. So I'm gonna say the Dolphins are my biggest loser because I just thought they were horrible. Even though the Saints lost, the Giants didn't look good. The Giants played against a team, in my opinion, that not in my opinion, they were in the NFC Championship game. So it wasn't like they played a scrub. Bro, none of us, even box office, nobody had the coach winning more than 9 games. Nobody. So to sit here and say you couldn't score more than 8 points, bro, it's laughable. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins as my loser. My biggest winner though, bro, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The Rams, bro. We all thought Houston was going to win a division. We all said Houston was going to be a playoff team. I
They
think
still are.
I know I think they all are, but who was it? I don't know. It was one of y'all. One of y'all have Stroud as like an MVP candidate or runner or winning it. Yeah, but they held Stroud to 9 points. The Texans to 9 points. That defense, I know everybody talks about Devontae Adams. They talk about Puka Nakua, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams. That defense, bro, is nasty. They get after you. Shout out to Jared Verse, man. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Rams, man. I picked the Rams to get to the Super Bowl. I ain't mad at the defense right now. The offense has to be better though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My winner, and I love y'all's winners. I thought the Minnesota thing was great. I'm
Right.
gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Look, I was so happy for Rodgers, so I'm a Rodgers fan, obviously, but I love seeing guys get payback on their former teams. He wanted that one. He wanted that one. And when Boswell hit that 61 yarder, bruh, that was impressive. Um, that could have been good from 67. That's how good that kick and how clutch it was. Rodgers is awesome. 4 touchdowns. I actually thought the Steelers defense was tripping. I mean, they did not look good, but they can improve on that. But overall, just a good win. Uh, they're gonna gel and get better. This was Rodgers on a completely new offense, and Rodgers looked good, man. I was so happy to see that Rodgers. It looked vintage to me, and I was happy to see it.
My
My
thing is,
lose,
Rodgers get revenge. He screwed them.
nah. They let go of his ass, so that's what he got revenge.
Because he screwed them, bro. He brought them no value. They
Well,
gave
he
up the world for him.
he screwed them this week. That's all I
I got,
know.
I got a question before you get to your loser. Shout out to my brother Wes, man. That's my dog. Never love my wife. She's like, nah, I think you should dip out. So I play in Wes's league. He has a league, a fantasy football league, and his kicker scored like a bunch of points. Well, I asked him before the league started, I'm like, bro, why you kicker score so much? And he was like, I just like to have fun with it. Well, dog, I won this week because I had Boswell. I drafted him because I'm like, dog, they're gonna kick field goals sometimes. Rogers is gonna get him there. Mike Thomas gonna kick field goals. I'm drafting Boswell. He got a big leg, bro. Them boys complained about the point system. Now West changed the points. After the week's over, now I have a loss because my game was close, but I won because of Boswell's 60-yard kick. would y'all stay in the league or not?
No, hell no. I'm pissed.
Well,
If
that's
it,
my job, but
you
I can't do
you
that. You can't
you
change
should
that
have
after the season
you should
started.
at least get the W and then you change it going forward. But not you shouldn't get an L for last week. They should have voted on that beforehand.
That's what I told Wes. I talked to us. I was like, bro, like he my dog. So I'm like, bro, I feel you. And I don't normally complain in fantasy leagues, but I'm like, dog, I asked you before the year started because you draft based on what the
Yeah,
rules are. And
yeah.
that's why I drafted Travis Hunter in your league, seeing in Cubans league. No, I draft based on what your league setup is. So I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm gonna talk to Wes after the show. But I got somebody on here before you give. I want you to give you a winner, but I got somebody that's gonna come on here after you give you a winner. Go ahead, box office.
Well, the Steelers were my winner. My loser
Okay.
is the Houston Texans. What the hell did y'all do in the offseason?
Shit. Play PlayStation.
They didn't score a touchdown. I thought this was going to be one of the best offenses in the league. Hey, bro, I wish I could show y'all the meme on Twitter. They basically said CJ Stroud since his rookie year, and it was some female that looked exactly like CJ Stroud is what the meme was. And I'm like, bro, seriously though, I don't know what the hell's going on with CJ Stroud. He has not looked good in a while. You get Nico Collins. He only had, I think, 2 catches. You get Nick Chubb. I'm thinking you're at least going to score 20 points. Bruh, they scored 3 field goals.
Bro, Chubb looked terrible, bro.
I just thought their whole offense looked terrible.
Yeah.
Everything on the offense looked terrible. Their defense played well. I mean, they held Sean McVay's offense to 14 points. What else could you ask for? So I just don't know what the hell the Texans did in the offseason. They clearly didn't practice offense because they couldn't score a touchdown. So they get the Bucks Monday Night Football. That's not going to be easy. So the Texans are my losers, and they need to pick it up quick.
All right. See, before you say anything, I got somebody. I'm gonna call him Mr. Perfect right now as he comes on. Because he was a perfect 8-0 this past week. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Y'all better recognize, man, y'all are so lucky that was a Friday game. Otherwise, that would be the hot topic right now. I know y'all saw my boy Herbo. I told you.
Calm down.
Hey, if you're not want to know, you got to get off the live so box office can stay.
All right, so winners and losers, real quick. I know you're gonna say your winner, but go ahead.
I mean, all right. Let me do winner first. Okay, I know a lot of people. I heard what y'all were saying. I'm still going the Chargers. Overshadowed Friday night game in Brazil. I think who. I think everybody will say Justin Herbert was the MVP of that game. You know who was actually the MVP? Greg Roman. No, Greg Roman. Is that the first time me and my brother watching the game together? I was like, oh, here's a run. We should run. And he was just putting the ball in Herbert's hands. I have never seen that from Greg Roman. Greg Roman is known just for running the ball. And, man, we said if you want to beat the Chiefs, you got to outscore them. Don't play that clock game. Go get a touchdown. So big shouts out to him. Man, the Chargers look good. Ooh, we look good. I told you that man's better than Burrow. Oh, I told you.
Whoa. Hey, bro, can you cut him off, man?
Hey, you give Herbert T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, see what happens. But my loser, I think everybody will say Ravens most likely, but I'm going Bears. Just when you thought they figured it out. I really thought they had it, man.
For a quarter.
Yeah. Well, I told you, hey, Caleb Williams got till Thanksgiving. This is not going to last long. I read a report. Colin Cowherd recommended it. I went and read it. It was like, I don't know, it took me about 30 minutes to read. the stories they're saying about Caleb Williams and the way he acts and stuff. And I love Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is super, super talented. But everything outside of football and the way he manages his lifestyle as it pertains to the game, this dude's a mess. And they're going to rock with Ben Johnson. They'd rather get rid of Williams than Ben Johnson. So, yeah, winner Chargers. Yeah, exactly. And loser Bears. Man, I cannot believe they choked that game. I still don't know how I feel about McCarthy.
Bro, have y'all?
I like him. Now, I didn't like him before, but I like the fact that he threw the pick 6.
Yeah.
And dog, he didn't even phase them. Like they even a team rallied around him. And I'm sitting there like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. And they went out there and did their thing. Like I like his poise.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, I know it's corny to say like that guy's a winner, but damn, dude, that guy is just a winner. Like, it wasn't really pretty, but damn, especially that first half. But he just
lost
gets
like one game in Michigan.
Yeah, if that. Yeah,
I think it was 2. I know he lost the TCU game. That might be the only one.
Yeah.
I know he lost the TCU game because it was a playoff game, and that's how TCU got a national title. But it's 1 or 2. But you know what's crazy about
that last night? I can't remember what it was.
Well, what I will say about that game though, that was one of the most memorable debuts to me.
Right.
You know, for a quarterback. I won't ever forget that. Because it was just, I even messaged it in the chat. I said, wow, long year for the Vikings. McCarthy's got some work to do. Fourth quarter, he looks completely different.
Well,
it was like a tale of 2 halves. I could not believe it. I love the play call that Kevin O'Connell did with the RPO and he ran it in.
Oh, that was
perfect play call. Perfect play call. It fooled the Bears.
Bro, and the way he read it perfectly. I said, bro, this looked like a college play. The way he ran that, because the defensive end bit and he was gone, bro. And I was like, he got some wheels too, bro.
He does. He does.
I think they actually got something. They may have something there. They may have.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like between the 2 halves. I mean, and then Caleb Williams was the exact opposite. First drive 6 for 6. Rest of the game, he was 48% or something like that throwing the ball.
Look, I put in a damn parlay after the game started, after the first quarter, and I took Caleb Williams 200 yards. Bro, this dude couldn't get 200 yards. He had
he missed DJ Moore on that wide open.
Bro. Dog, this dude. I was in the barbershop today, man. I was in the barbershop today, and my barber, for some reason, he hates Caleb Williams. He's like, I was like, dog, I don't know if Caleb Williams hit his girl or what, because he hated him, bro. He was like, man, dude, a damn scrub. He sucked, bro. He won a damn Heisman with like 6 losses, man. Fuck him. He didn't win nothing in high school. I was like, dog, what? I was like, dog. I said, so you telling me you don't think he's talented? No, he ain't talented. No, he's not talented. He sucks. He's one of the worst quarterbacks. I was like, bro.
No, he's talented. He's talented. We can't take that from him.
I said he has the talent. He's just young, bro.
Oh,
did you see him last night? I was like, yeah. And he brought up that overthrow. I was like, yeah. But I mean, it's only so many times. I mean, how long can we keep making excuses for him being young, bro? Because
I didn't love him. I told you that when he first came out. I said he's talented, but something's not there for me. It's something in his psyche now. Antonio's coming out and saying like he's reading reports where off the field. I just always had that vibe from Caleb Williams. I'm not taking his talent from Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf. I brought those names up when he was drafted. Super talented, big arms, but right here.
Hey, let me add some context there, X. So in the article, the journalist talks about also how this is the perfect toxic relationship because the Bears and Ryan Poles specifically, they basically didn't even care about inviting any other QB, Jaden Daniels, nobody. They weren't interested. And they said they weren't scouting Caleb Williams. They were recruiting him. So when they brought him in, they were like, "What do we do for you? How do we make this situation better?" So Ryan
and his dad was not sure about Chicago to begin with.
Yeah, and they said in the scouting room, a couple scouts came out and said when they would do comparisons, they would put all of Caleb Williams' best highlights, and then they put Drake May up and Jaden Daniels and put like the worst highlights they had of those guys, and the room was like trying to laugh at those guys. So they were laughing at like Drake May making bad plays and stuff. Like it's a mess.
That's another thing I want to add. Like, that's what makes the situation, like, he's got pressure on him this year to improve because of that draft class. Jaden Daniels looks legit. Drake May looks better than I thought he was going to be. Bo Nix has already been in the playoffs.
Although he actually looked bad this past week.
Yeah, I'll give him one game, but he doesn't change his rookie year. McCarthy just beat him in his debut. The only guy Caleb Williams looks better than to me so far is Penix. But Penix isn't the first overall pick. He doesn't have that pressure.
I don't even know if he looked that much better than Penix.
I was about to say Penix doesn't look too bad, bro.
But
I don't love Penix either. I'm like you. I don't love. Penix doesn't look great to me either.
But the weird part is you see Williams play and you see all of the talent. Like you see, like that laser he had on to the sideline throw to Odunze. Like you're like, damn, this dude can throw. It's just, I guess, if you're just mentally not there. And
they also invested in the offensive line, and the offensive line didn't look good last night. Williams was running all over the place as well.
I don't know, bro. When you have talent like him, he has all the measurables. So when you have all of that, and it's something about it, it's got to be mental. It has to be mental.
I just don't understand, like, okay, like for GMs, right? I understand, you want the guy that has the big arm and whatnot. But when you look at the GOATs, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, the guys that were really good in the league, these guys wasn't like the most talented guys, but up here, they understood the game, bro. That's why I always liked Andrew Luck, because I felt like he understood the game, bro. I just think that you have to draft guys not just based off of talent. Anthony Richardson, I always give Yvonne a hard time. Talented kid, got a big arm, best throw I saw in a long time last year. I think it was week 1 last year. Ridiculous. But dog, it's just like it's like something's missing upstairs from me. I would stay away from those guys.
But to be fair though, when we talk about arm strength and the talent, Mahomes and Allen are that.
Right. I'm not saying it's not everybody.
Justin Herbert, like they passed the eye test.
I didn't think Herbert was going to be as good as he is.
Me
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think so.
The worst utilized prospect when he was at Oregon. Dude, they were having this dude running like it was Michael Vick. Dude, I'm serious. That's why. Like, I don't blame people for like not scouting him correctly. Like, you look at he was like
hard to read.
Yeah, super dual threat guy. Now he's using his legs to get himself out of situation. He can make every throw.
Right.
But he just didn't. I don't know why the coordinators at Oregon at that time just didn't need him doing that. They wanted to run.
Right.
But Jaden Daniels has a big arm. He has like one of the best deep balls in the league. But I think he's so athletically superior to everyone. He the things that he doesn't process well, he can get out of it because he can move so well.
Well, his issue wasn't the arm; it was how skinny he was.
Right. But even like when you talk about these guys, like I'm not gonna say Patrick Mahomes because he may be the exception. I'm not saying he is that, but Jaden Daniels seems like a humble kid. Josh Allen definitely seems humble, like he's trying to get better, even though he has the big arm and stuff. Even Lamar, you may say Lamar, he's not your style, but it seems like he's gotten better every year. Yeah. I don't know, like they don't have this cockiness to me. Caleb Williams it just brushes me wrong, bro.
No,
I can't explain it. It just does.
I get what you're saying. I don't think I've ever seen Caleb Williams just genuinely smile and laugh, and I don't know, something rubs me off there too.
Well, the thing with Lamar, I was talking to Yvonne about this. One thing you have to respect about Lamar and what you're seeing thing at X is you cannot question progress and work ethic.
Right.
Like you can tell work was put in. So
I don't know if you guys have ever been the absolute best. I guess I don't want to the absolute best at anything. You know what I'm saying?
they call me they call me Mr. Above Average. See, just above
I feel like I'm the best at a lot of things.
But
That's it. Never been the best.
I can say this, bro. I was a good football player. I wasn't the absolute best football player, but I've known the absolute best player just on my team, and they get treated differently, so they act differently. You know what I mean? When it comes to stuff, and I sometimes when you're the absolute best player in Pop Warner, absolute best player in middle school, absolute best player in high school, absolute best player on not one but two college teams, win the Heisman, absolute best in college football, period. The number one pick in the NFL, the absolute best. Your mind may not process things like everybody else, and you're almost used to being treated a certain type of way. Like you almost have to be arrogant in some kind of way. You know what I mean? I think that's his problem. I think that's his problem. We say we've never really seen him have a genuine smile. Well, when do we see the football players smile? When they're laughing and playing with their teammates, right? Them dudes probably don't like Caleb ass, man. I haven't ever seen him smile. And when he was even in college, you didn't see him like laughing and joking with his teammates on the sideline when they were winning or blowing somebody out. Everybody has a clip that where they click on them on the sideline, they blowing somebody out, and the quarterback's laughing and joking with the running back or the offensive lineman or something. I've never seen it. I didn't watch every USC game. I didn't watch every highlight from every USC or Oklahoma game, but I know I watched SportsCenter, and that's the type of beat-footed B-roll that they will put up. I've just never seen it. I think that he's one of those people. He's been the absolute best somewhere. It's hard for him to relate and connect with people. You know what I mean? I think it's hard for him to connect with people, and he's suffering for it. He's suffering for it because he's at what we saw last night. Like we said, that JJ McCarthy and his team was rallying around him. That's something that you're not gonna see with Caleb. I guarantee that.
That's a
Yeah. In that report, they said half the team last year wanted Tyson Bagent to start, and Bagent was undrafted. I know they extended him this year. That's how much they just really don't like this guy.
That's sad too, bro. All that talent, and it's something that he can do about it. He can make a conscious effort to be a nicer guy, but I don't think he has it in his mind to. It's everybody else. It's not me. I'm not the problem. Hell, right. I'm the guy. It's everybody else. They tripping. They need to kiss my ass and come to me. So I think that might be where he's at, and that's why I don't think he's gonna be as successful as he should be. Now he's so talented. If he ever really figures it out, his talent is going to overrule all of it. It's going to overrule all of it.
But football is such a team sport, bro. Like your guys have to buy in, because if they don't, like, no, it ain't basketball. Like Mike could get away with certain things, you know. Guys in basketball, that's different. NFL, bro, they gotta buy in, bro. They gotta buy in the rest of your team.
Hey, bro, you know my motto, bro. People respect success. If you go out there and you really you the man, you can make every throw that is really not you. It's not you that's the problem that's going out there on that field. He's making all the throws and he just didn't catch it. It's going to show, and people are going to rally around you because we know he's our only chance to win. You know what I mean?
Man, I feel like the perfect fit for this guy after this year might be the Saints.
Ooh. Oh no, they can keep him. I don't want him.
I can see the Saints. Hey, this is the Saints move right here. Where
Hey,
y'all
bro.
think y'all are getting great value as always.
Hey, man. When I post that baby rattle in the chat, you already know what it is, man. The rattler.
Hey, give up on that guy. That's a
Now,
garden snake.
when I post those maracas in there, you already know what it is, man.
No, you don't believe, man. You ain't betting them.
All right, so we
Nah,
might.
not this year.
Next topic. It is Overreaction Tuesday. Give me something that everyone else in the league is, or fans, whoever, are overreacting about that you aren't overreacting on. I'll go first just to give you all a second to think. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Look, Derrick Henry had a great game. Then he choked. They lost. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's anything too dramatic because it's week one. If he doesn't fumble, it's a blowout actually. If he doesn't fumble, so I'm not overreacting. I really don't care to talk much about the Ravens until the playoffs because they're going to be good in the regular season. They're going to be fine. Lamar and Derrick Henry is a lethal combo. They're duo in the regular season. They just got to put it together in the playoffs. So Ravens will be fine. I'm not overreacting. They did choke it out, but I think they'll be fine.
All right, I'll go next. The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions. Like I said, I had a long discussion. I had a lot of discussion today in the barbershop. One of them was about the Lions, man, and they looked bad, bro. They actually looked bad. But the overreaction is, oh man, they lost both of their coordinators. They're gonna be terrible this year. That's a big overreaction, bro. They still have the same players, same head coach. They just got to get used to each other. They got to get used to each other and get on a roll. I think that their offensive and defensive coordinators made a big difference. They were the perfect offensive and defensive coordinators for that team, but at some point or another, the players are gonna look at each other and be like, "Hey, bro, we still here. We got to get it together. We're not gonna stay here and get our ass kicked every week. Well, we're gonna wait. They're not coming back. We got to go out here and win some games, and they're gonna get it together, and they'll win some games. Do I think they're gonna be as good as they were last year? Maybe not. Maybe not. I hope so because I picked them for the Super Bowl. But they look pretty bad this week, and a lot of people are jumping ship. Not me, not yet.
Well, see, you know who they play this week, right?
Oh,
the Bears.
Oh shit! Yeah. Throw them doves up.
But see, you would think that's an easy win, but Ben Johnson knows the Bears, so I don't know. I would like to think Lions are going to kill him, but I mean, Ben Johnson knows them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll kill him. I thought the Bears' defense looked okay. I mean, they faltered off, but they looked all right. Well, let me go next because I know X is going to say the Bengals. Let me go. I'm going with an also in the similar realm as the Bengals. I'm going with a winner that had a bad performance. I'm going with the Broncos. I bet Yvonne on this. I'll bet anybody else on this. There is no way the Chiefs are winning the division. I will take Broncos and Chargers. You can have Chiefs and Raiders. There is no way the Chiefs are winning this division. Broncos are one of the top 10 team in the league. They just had a bad day. The offense looked like crap. The defense was fine. I also think – and let me actually change my idea. I think if people see overreaction-wise Cam Ward's box score, it looked terrible. I had too much money on that game, so I watched pretty much every snap I could. Ward looked great. He looked fine. And you're talking about a guy that completed less than 13 passes, I think. Ridley was dropping everything. It looks like they need to adjust the way or how fast he throws the ball. But his spots, he was doing fine. Their offensive line isn't amazing, and the Broncos had pressure every play. Broncos just couldn't score. Every time they made a mistake. Bo Nix looked terrible. I think people are overreacting. I think the Broncos are a playoff team.
Okay. I don't know which one I want to go with. I'm gonna go with the one because I see that y'all talking about it a lot. I'm gonna say Houston. Houston's gonna be fine. They scored 9 points this past week. A lot of people overreacting, saying Houston's offense is terrible. I know Stroud didn't throw for 200 yards. They're gonna be okay. The Rams' defense is legit. I'm telling y'all, the Rams defense is legit. So
Mhm.
don't buy so much into that. They were winning at halftime. They ended up losing the game. The Texans are gonna be okay. I'll throw one in there that I was gonna say, because I have a friend of mine that's a Jets fan. He said, we might have found our quarterback. Bump the brakes, my brother. I know Fields played well okay this past week, but hold on. Fields may not still be the guy. He was like, oh, we might have found our quarterback, bro. Calm down, bro.
X, I'm a follow up on that and say I love the Rams defense. I am the biggest Verse fan ever. I told people he should have been at least a top 3 pick in that draft. Verse is legit. And to backpedal my boy Cam Ward, he plays the Rams this week.
Oh.
So
Hey,
he ain't gonna get to prove it. Hey, another thing you said that I disagree with. The Texans ain't winning that division either. It's gonna be Colts or Jags.
wow.
It's gonna be Colts or Jags. You want to take Texans and Titans?
Come on. Hey, I do agree with. I told box office with Daniel Jones, the Colts to me are way better.
I told Yvonne he was hating. I love Danny.
I'm still not sold on. I need to see it longer than a
Bro,
couple
Shane
games.
Steichen is legit. He had Herbert. We had him as a coach. That dude is legit. Just don't turn the ball over.
I'm
Right.
actually not concerned about Steichen or the roster itself. I'm concerned about just Daniel Jones being consistent. That's all. I need to see it for a longer time. But if he does succeed, it'll remind me of Sam Darnold last year.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of people in that class now. Darnold, Geno Smith, dudes that turned their whole career around.
Yep.
Baker. All right. Next topic. Give me your player of the week. Now that doesn't mean he had to have the best stats ever. It's just your player of the week, someone that you were impressed by or liked that they did.
Josh Allen. And I dare any of y'all to have anybody else.
Well, I'll have somebody different, but I did put Josh Allen out as the NBS player of the week.
Crazy stat. He had 251 yards just in the 4th.
No, that's
Yeah, only Spencer Rattler could do that.
wow. Hey, whoa. I'll go in a different direction. No, I do agree with you, Steve. It's Josh Allen. But I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers his flowers, bro. Aaron Rodgers played very well this past week. To say he was on a new team, signed later on, don't have the most chemistry with these guys, and bro, he looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Yvonne, you want to go?
All right. I was looking up his stats just so I could say it exactly. Not the craziest amount of yards, but Emeka Ibuka, 2 touchdowns in his debut. We knew who he was at Ohio State, and I thought he was always underrated at Ohio State just because he was with Marvin Harrison. Then he was with Jeremiah Smith. So he never got the shine that he deserved. He goes first round. He looks like he's eventually going to be Chris Godwin's replacement there. Emeka Ibuka, 2 touchdowns and 1 to win it. Great debut for him.
You think
All right.
Godwin and not Mike?
Well, if Ibuka could end up a number 1, I don't know if he's a number 1. I think he's a really good number 2. But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But hell of a debut.
I know where you're going. Go ahead, bro.
Wait, let me go. Yeah, let me go.
I already know. Look, I know.
Hey, we're talking about beating the Chiefs. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The game-sealing run on to go right at Chris Jones. Just amazing awareness. I'm just really liking what I'm seeing. But I'm not giving it to Herbert. I'm giving it to my boy Quentin Johnston. Because that dude is so sorry. He stinks. That dude stinks. But he had 2 touchdowns. No, I'm telling you, that dude stinks. He always does. Last year, he had a game where he had 13 receptions, man.
He
He dropped the ball 13 times in one game. That dude is sad. Anyway, sometimes he shows up. He's actually decent after the catch, but he still hasn't learned how to catch with his hands. But I'll give him his flowers this week. Next week, he'll lose the game against the Raiders for us, I'm sure.
With the Chargers getting Keenan Allen back, I actually like their receiving corps because they could switch it up.
Right.
McConkey's consistent. Allen's a great route runner. And then Quinton Johnston is just depending on which one you get that week. But if he's on,
if he's your third,
yeah, that's a great receiving corps.
He did drop a touchdown.
Yeah, of course he did. I saw it. Anything that touches his hands is out. If he can't chest it, he's not catching it.
Yeah, he be trying to catch everything with his chest.
I need to see more of Trey Harris. He got little packages there. He caught a ball, but I need to see more of that.
Man, let me ask you this, Charger fan. Am I tripping, or is Keenan Allen the number one there?
No, Lad is always number one.
Are you sure?
You want to bet on the stats for the rest of the year?
I'm just going on what I saw this week.
No, he really showed up, but it's hard.
Well, he's got good chemistry with Herbert.
He does, and he's consistent. And I mean, 7 catches for somebody that's quote unquote washed up is something. I just don't think he could do that for the rest of the year.
And he did have the most targets too this past week too.
Yeah, but that's also Chiefs know they're double covering Lad and packages and stuff. Because Lad, when he gets going, him and Herbert really get going. They just
did you hear my take last week? I don't know if you heard it. I said the Chargers would be the best team in the AFC this year.
Oh, I did hear that. I don't know if I agree with that. But, I mean, I could see. I mean, this is the year Herbert needs a playoff win. We're not going to get to the conference title game. Even if we do, we'd lose. I think the NFL is a 2-team race, and I think it's just AFC. I think it's Bills Ravens. I think they're way better than the Eagles, and then there's a crazy drop off.
Way better than the Eagles, really.
I'm not an Eagles guy, and I think the AJ Brown thing's not going to work out. But I don't know. Eagles have the roster to get there, and the NFC is somewhat weak. But I'm changing my pick. The Lions are going down. I might be having Tampa Bay Philly in the NFC title game. I'm liking that.
Okay. All right. Give me your week 2, or I should say week 1. We've only had 1 week of games. Your top 5 power rankings right now, based on 1 week.
I'll go first. I got the Packers at 5. I just think what they did this past week, I thought the Lions was going to beat them. I think one of y'all had the Packers. It had to be Antonio because he had every game correct.
I had the Packers as well.
Yeah, so I have the Packers at 5. I can't lie. They were impressive. I didn't think they were going to beat the Lions. They did, though. So shout out to them. Coming number 4, I got the Rams. I tell you, I think the Rams defense is legit, bro. Like, they're a real deal. Coming in number 3, I got the Buffalo Bills. I know they came back to win, but they found a way to win. And I'm not going to knock that. Coming in number 2, I got the Los Angeles Chargers. Bro, I really believe in them, but I can't put them number 1 just because the Eagles are defending champs. They won their game this past week. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Eagles at number 1. And A.J. Brown had 1 catch, bro.
Shout out to all those fantasy owners. I got that guy. I avoided him like the plague. Oh, I'll go next. Mine is actually okay. So here's the thing with power rankings. I'm not going to rank what I think are actually the best teams. It's the performances they had and everything. So 5, I still have the Ravens here. I think you still see, we're 4 minutes away. You know, they choked the lead, but they were balling. I think the Ravens are super, super well-rounded, and I think we see that. I think it's super encouraging to see the work that Lamar's put in. He's definitely a top 5 quarterback probably. But I'm gonna put the Ravens there out of respect because I think hey, he got his own opinion. I think if the Ravens played any other team that wasn't a Josh Allen-led team, they win that game. 4, I have the Chargers. More of that's a big win, but you've also lost 8 of the last 10 against the Chiefs. So good to see it, but it's in Brazil, a weird game. So I'm not going to get too crazy about that. They got to show me more. I think we beat the Raiders this week, and then we move on. I think Denver's the game after that. So Three, I got the Eagles. Gotta respect them, defending champs. They look good. I think you also have to put into perspective though that the Cowboys didn't look that bad,
He
and if
didn't.
CD catches those balls, it's over. So
But if Carter plays,
hey,
I know. We can.
hey, don't be hawk Tua. What do you want? What do you want from me? Like, have some respect. I do think Dak got all slight on that too. Yeah, but whatever. Number two, Packers. Packers looked impressive. I think if Parsons is consistent, they'll be really, really good. I saw today they extended Watson, even though he's out. It just tells you like what type of organization they are. They avoid these problems before they actually become issues. Two things. I want to see more Matthew Golden. If you took him that early, I want to see him used more. Josh Jacobs is a beast. And two, big game Thursday Night Football against the Commanders. I think they win. If they win that, people will know they're legit. And number one, the Bills, because you got the best player in the league, and I think it's not even that close anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's Ravens, Chargers, Eagles, Packers, Bills. Go ahead, see.
All right. Let me clear this up for y'all. All right. So the number 5 team, even with a loss, I'm with Antonio on this, man. The Ravens, they haven't been playing anybody else except for Josh Allen this past week. They win that game going away. They gotta finish. They gotta finish, but regular season, this is not gonna happen too often to them in the regular season. So I got Ravens at 5. At 4, I have the Commanders. The Commanders, I think that they actually are going to be a really good team this year. Debo seems to be fitting in seamlessly. I think the TJ McLaurin holdout actually allowed them to get a little chemistry built and let the OC over there figure out how to use Debo while McLaurin wasn't there. So I got them at 4. At 3, I have the Packers. The Packers, they actually look good. They look real good to me, actually. I don't know if it was that they look so good or the lines look so bad, but they look good. They look good regardless. So I got them. Number 2, I'm going with the Eagles. Although they won, they could have lost to the damn Cowboys, bro. They actually could have lost that game. And AJ Brown with one catch, 2 catches, and one catch on 2 targets. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I think that they have a little rust on them. I expected them to look just like they did in the Super Bowl, bro. I really did. And I didn't see that. But I mean, defending Super Bowl champs, they won. So they're number 2. Number 1, Josh Allen and them boys, bro. I was impressed. The comeback, like I said, I think that right now that gave them enough confidence that they know that they're never out of a game. They're never out of a game. If you ask anybody on their team, if they have Josh Allen right there in their quarterback, those boys feel like they're never out of a game, which means that team is going to fight until the end of every game because they believe they can win it. So I have them number 1 after that big comeback. Now, if they had a loss, they probably wouldn't have been in my top 7. You know what I mean? But they won, so they're number 1.
Okay. I'll go quick. I don't have the Ravens just because they lost. I understand that they have a tough game. But I don't have the Chiefs either. I mean, I gotta go week by week. Number 5, I've got the Bills. Impressive comeback. I just thought that they did play bad technically 3.5 quarters. They just took advantage of careless mistakes by the Ravens. So I have 5 right now. 4, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I thought a huge division win. They pretty much controlled that whole game. They led the whole time, and as soon as the Chiefs got going, they answered, and the Chargers very impressive. Number 3, I'm going to go with the Rams. They didn't allow Houston a touchdown. We all think about when we say Sean McVay, we think offense. That defense looks really good. Stafford looked healthier than expected. He's got great chemistry with Puka. He's still working on the chemistry with Devontae Adams, so that could be a scary team. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I mean, they allowed 1 touchdown to Detroit. They dominated. Micah got his sack. The offense looked good. Just the overall complete game for the Packers. Number 1, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I know they didn't look that impressive, but until somebody beats them, I'm gonna have them number 1 because they're the defending champs. They didn't have their best defensive player. Eagles until they get beat. All right, let's hop on to the picks. To recap last week, Antonio 8-0 with those picks last week. I went 4-4. XC and Jasper, I guess they copied each other's picks because they all went 3-5.
It won't happen again.
3-5. All right, we
would have went 3-6 if we chose the Saints game. Did we choose that game?
Yeah, we did choose the Saints, and they picked the Saints to beat the Cardinals. All 3 of the Saints fans picked that game. All right, we got a fire Thursday night game. Washington at Green Bay.
Man, Packers go first. No, Packers are winning this game. I'm not the biggest Commanders fan this year specifically. I still don't think that defense is that great. I think Jaden Daniels keeps them afloat. We'll see. If they beat the Packers, I'll eat my words. I just don't. I think Packers win by a touchdown.
All right, I'll go next.
Go ahead.
I got the Commanders, man. I think Jaden Daniels is just that damn good. And no, I'm not really.
You don't believe it?
I think he's just that damn good, and and McLaurin can't have as bad as the games he had last week. You know what I mean? So I think he gets it into gear. Debo, I think that they have him. I think that they have him. They played him a lot of spots last week, and I think he has a point to prove. So I think that offense is going to be enough. Although I do agree with your assessment about the defense, I think that the offense is going to be enough, and they'll outscore the Packers. And the Packers, to me, they're almost like the Notre Dame of the NFL to me, man. They always go out there and they're gonna lose a game that you'd be like, all right, they're a better team, they should win. Nah, they're gonna lose. And they're gonna lose this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay in this one. It's at home for Green Bay. And I just didn't love Washington this past week against New York. That game was a touchdown game going into the fourth quarter. So that, to me, the Giants are not a good team. I've said it before the season started. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay. Green Bay just coming off that big one against the Lions. I got to trust what I saw. I'm going with Green Bay in this one.
All right. Next game, Broncos at
Who you got? Who you got, box office?
Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. I got the Packers. I really like what I saw week 1. Washington was a little shaky. Green Bay is at home. All the signs point to the Packers. I think we get a good game. It lives up to the Thursday night hype, but I got the Packers. All right. Colts at Broncos. Or sorry, Broncos at Colts. Broncos at Colts.
I was super 50-50 on this game. I really like the Broncos this year, but I'm rocking with Danny Dimes. I think Colts start 2-0. I think Nick gets off to a slow start, somewhat like he did last year. So let's see how he does the rest of the season. I think I think people just don't know what they're getting from Danny Dimes, especially in this offense. There really is no tape on him. So,
Right.
I mean, what tape could you get from a 30-something blowout win, right?
Right.
Broncos defense is scary. I think the Colts line is decent. We'll see what Jonathan Taylor does, but I just have a feeling the Colts win this, even though it's super tight, 50-50.
Where they playing?
Indy.
And boy, I do not want to pick Indy, bro. I don't, man. But I have to. I got the Colts, man. I got the Colts in Indy. I think Daniel Jones. I think he's just a good fit, man. I think he's a good fit. I think he found him something with Pittman last week, and I think he's just a good fit there. And kind of like Antonio said, he had to kind of get himself. Knicks has to get warmed up to the season for some reason. He had a lot of expectations going into this year, which he didn't have last year. So he's going to have to adjust to those. And if you remember, he didn't really even get it turned around until him and Sean Payton got into it on the sideline, and then he was on his way after then. I don't know what was said. I think they both respected each other more, and Sean Payton trusted him more after that, and just gave him the keys to the car, let him drive. So I think maybe they're gonna have to have a little come to Jesus meeting or something later on this year to get him to get it in gear, because he didn't look good last week at all.
Well, I think that, as far as I know, this has nothing to do with the what I'm about to pick, but I think it's the best relationships when you can have a real conversation and we can disagree. And so I think that's a plus for sure. So yeah, you're right. But I'm taking Denver. I agree with Antonio earlier. I was like, bro, this year the Chiefs are not winning that division. I think Denver's defense is too good for Daniel Jones to beat them. I know Cam Ward didn't look terrible, but the Broncos defense is really legit. I'm going to take them on the road to beat Daniel Jones and the Colts. It'll be a good game, though.
Cam Ward actually looked really good, to be honest, for a first game.
He did.
So I don't know if y'all remember the game last year when the Colts and Broncos played. That was that game where Jonathan Taylor busted a deep run and then flipped the ball back before crossing the end zone.
Yeah.
The Colts were dominating the whole game, and then off of that, the whole momentum changed, and Broncos came back and won. This game's in Indy, so I think the Colts just get simply revenge on that game. I think this is a big, big Jonathan Taylor game. I know that's going to stick in his mind. I think that Jonathan Taylor is going to look at that game last year and be like, I need to bounce back. I cost the team that game last year. I'm going to pull one back for them this year. I know I'm not the biggest Colts believer this year, but I like what I saw last week, and I'll ride it at home for now. So
wow, that
Don't
one
get-
step
don't get
close.
excited,
Let me
X.
get my line
Hey.
out.
Yeah, 8 more steps. Let's go.
all right, next game, crazy Super Bowl rematch. Eagles at the Chiefs. Who we got? I can tell you,
First.
I'm stuck on this game.
I'll go first. I don't have no problem if you. I thought Antonio wanted to go first.
I think his thing is frozen.
I mean, I can. Can y'all hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, you good.
Good, good.
Yeah, that's fine. Can y'all hear me? I got the Chiefs. Even though I'm down on them this year, I don't think they can start 0-2. I think Chris Jones comes out rejuvenated. Hey, keep climbing. You got a long. Hey, you better get a big ladder. I mean, Chiefs can't start 0-2. I really think Philly's got some issues they need to work out, but I think Chiefs come back super. I mean, they need some rematch in this. Don't get it twisted. Mahomes looked amazing week 1. I mean, he really kept the Chiefs in there. I don't think anybody else would have done that against the Chargers defense. So I'll take the Chiefs.
All right, I'll go next.
It's in Kansas City. See, it's in Kansas City.
I know, man, and that's Arrowhead and all that. And Mahomes, of course, he did look good. His weapons, though. You know, his weapons. He's missing some weapons, and it doesn't matter. I got Kansas City. This isn't a Super Bowl. Kansas City looked terrible in the Super Bowl. They playing at home. It doesn't matter. This is a game that really doesn't matter more than just Kansas City just being Kansas City and winning. And like I said, Philly, they beat the Cowboys, but they didn't beat the hell out of the Cowboys like I thought they would. So I'll take Mahomes on a revenge game at home. I'll take that with Hollywood Brown out there catching balls.
All right, well, let me get my ladder out. Put it down, and I'm gonna start climbing. The Eagles are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're gonna beat them handily to me. I think that they beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not what we think they are. And then you have to put into account, they're, like you said, see, they're beat up. They're all beat up as far as wide receiver. I was bragging about Hollywood Brown. I got him on my fantasy team, but I don't want to say, yeah, that's your number one receiver. I think the Eagles are like, okay, cool. Let's run it then. Let's see what you got. I just think Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown's going to have to play better. We understand that. Devonta Smith is too much. I saw it in the Super Bowl. I saw it with my own two eyes. On the biggest stage, they couldn't beat them. I don't think without all their weapons, they're going to beat them this time. Jalen Carter didn't play last week, so you know he's coming with a little bit more this week. I got the Eagles, man. I think they win this game by 8 or 9 points, maybe 10.
I'm with the X here. I got the Eagles. They weren't perfect in week 1, but they were better than the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just Xavier Worthy's out now. Rashee Rice has been out. I just don't know who the ball is going to. Kelsey's washed. I'm sorry. He's not the same player anymore. Now he'll get, 2-3 catches a game. He's not out there catching 8 balls anymore. He's not the same player. I hate to say it, but he's not.
I think it's because I think Mahomes isn't throwing it to him as much as it used to be. Mahomes would break the huddle and he'd just be looking at Kelsey. That's all. He'd just be looking at Kelsey. And now I think he's just like he's going through his progressions, and Kelsey isn't just been able to go sit in the open spot and wait on it anymore because people are on that shit. Like people know that that's what he's going to do, so they're not leaving that spot open for him to do that, and they caught on to the game. So I mean, I think he still has the talent, and it didn't hurt that he has the Taylor Swift thing that's kind of distracting, if we want to be honest.
Boy, it's basically even line.
Yeah.
And I feel like they can't even run the football effectively of me. Like it's just so many aspects of the Chiefs. I'm just not a big fan of the Chiefs.
I think that the Pacheco thing, bro. Pacheco runs angry, but I don't think he's a good running back, bro.
I agree.
I feel like they got away from him.
All over to me.
I feel like they didn't give him enough carries in week 1.
That's true.
Like
that is true. That's
away
fair.
from him. Just me though.
I just never have thought that he was really a good running back. He runs angry, and I think that makes people thinking he's good, and he's had good games, but him being a good running back is a stretch to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would go. Damn, I can't. Why is this blank in my head? What's his backup's name?
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. I honestly was start Kareem Hunt and give him most of the carries because I think he's a better running back than him, even at this age or whatever.
I think Andy Reid's the best coach in the league. However, he hates running the ball. And I feel like he gets away from it too early. Like he just gets past happy way too early, even in the Super Bowl. Like they ran the ball, I think 5-6 times and gave up. And they were just like, all right, we're gonna throw it.
Hey, but they was getting their ass kicked, bro.
Yeah.
And they picked them just not to beat the Eagles. Go ahead, box office next game.
All right, I got the Eagles. All right. Sunday night game. It includes the draft class we just talked about. Michael Penix at JJ McCarthy. Falcons at Vikings. Sunday night game. I'm actually happy about this Sunday night game. This is a good one.
Yeah, I got line is -4.5 Vikings. I think that's crazy. When you're riding an emotional high in a crazy game like they just won, I always take the other team. I think Penix shows the primetime Penix and balls out. I really think I think we'll see what McCarthy really is here. I don't think the Falcons defense is that crazy, but I got Falcons here. I think this is crazy. +4.5 Falcons. I'd take Falcons money line.
Okay.
I got Vikings. I got Vikings. I got Vikings mainly because fuck the Falcons. And and I'm just gonna be honest about that. If it's a toss up to me, I'm always gonna lean fuck the Falcons. So it's I was impressed by JJ as well, if that makes it sound better. I was impressed by JJ, and Justin Jefferson didn't have a good game.
Right.
He's gonna have a good game this week. He's gonna have a good game this week. Fantasy owners, calm down. Justin Jefferson's gonna give you 15 or more this week.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I didn't mention it the first time we was talking about it, but I love how Kevin O'Connell handled it after the pick six. It's like he went over to JJ and was like, "We're gonna be okay," and they were losing the game, and nothing at that point indicated that they were gonna be okay. He smiled, they were smiling at each other. It wasn't like he even like ripped him. It was like he lifted him up to be like, "We're gonna be okay. We believe in you." And I think that's gonna be the turning point. I didn't like the Vikings going at all into this season. I thought the Vikings were gonna be terrible. They're gonna beat the Falcons. I'm not a big Michael Penix guy. And the Falcons, I just don't love their team. People say Drake London is a fantasy breakout guy this year. I don't view him as a number one. I view him as a good receiver, but not a great number one. I got Minnesota.
Okay. I will say I think this is the toughest game for me to pick this week. I'm stuck on this game.
Bijan, get my lad out. I need my lad out. Nah.
And maybe Brian Flores wasn't the best coach, but he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. He be confusing and really pissing these quarterbacks off. And I think he's gonna piss Penix off. I think Penix is gonna struggle a little bit here. I've got the Vikings at home. I think it's not the best matchup for Atlanta's offense. I got the Vikings.
So you have a chance to take chances, Antonio, because you're up so far ahead of
taking
everybody.
chances. I told you why they're not going to win that game. I'm done. And another game I don't think we're picking, Yvonne, just to bring up is Seahawks Steelers. Steelers are -3. I got the Seahawks in that one. Just a heads up.
Okay.
I don't know about that one, but all right. We're on to the Monday night games, and we pick all the primetime games. There's 2 Monday night games.
Oh, no.
We're going to go with the first one. Bucks at Texans.
I got Houston. Houston comes back. I don't think Bucks showed much. I like their offense with Igbukah. That's cool. But I think Texans come out energized. They need this win. Obviously, they're at home. Big game. So, yeah, primetime game. I think this one starts at 7. So, I'm going Houston. I'm not a big Stroud guy. I think people are hyping him up, but I think he's good enough.
All right, man. Let me start out by saying this. Fuck the Bucks as well. But I'm going with them.
Wow.
I'm going with the Bucks on this, man. I hate the fact that I think that they're actually a good team. And I hate the fact that I think Baker Mayfield is probably the perfect quarterback for their team. And he keeps them in so many games, bro. I think it's almost. I think the Bucks feel about him like the Bills feel about Josh Allen. I think they feel like as long as they got Baker, they still in the game at the end. And he doesn't do those old Baker things, as like throw an interception at the end of the game to go and seal the deal for the other team. He doesn't do those things anymore. They like perfect example was this past week. You know what I mean? He made sure that they came back and won that game. And that impresses me. That impresses me. And I'm just not. I was disappointed watching the Texans this past week. I was definitely disappointed in X's boy Chubb trying to sell me on Chubb, bro. This boy, dog, get out of here, man. Mixon, come back, bro. And when Mixon gets back, he'll be the starter, bro.
Hey, trade me Chubb, bro.
Nah, I traded.
He's a scrub, man. Boy's a scrub. Man. I think you should just trade him, dog.
Nah, I'll trade him. But you know he a stud. you gotta pay for a stud like Chubb, bro. You ain't see him in Cleveland? Oh my God.
There we go.
8 years ago.
But I got used to it. I'm with Antonio. I can't climb the ladder on him on this one, but I can climb a little bit on C. I mean, even though we like
the same boat.
I think we have the same record, but I got used to it. I just think Houston can't fall to 0-2. They just can't afford it. And then it's their home opener. Monday night, the crowd's going to be rocking in Houston. Give me the Texans.
X, we in a ladder match, bro. And I'm going to grab the damn belt, bro.
All right, I got the Texans, man. They're at home. They got to play better on offense. They're going to feel pressure all week in practice, knowing that they got to pick it up on offense. 0 touchdowns last week. That's pathetic for the amount of talent they have on that offense. They turn it around. They get it going. I got Houston this week. All right, and the second Monday night game, last game we're picking, Chargers at the Raiders, division game. What we got?
Chargers are -3. I think Chargers still win. I mean, tough game against a divisional opponent. Max Crosby, if you can bet that he's going to have a sack in the game, just bet it. He destroys our right tackle every time. And now Joe Alt's playing left tackle. That's the only worry I got. I swear that dude has a sack every single time he plays us. But outside of that, I don't fear the Raiders. I think they didn't play really that well against New England, but they still found a way to win. I'm not worried about Geno. He'd have to show me more. But after Herbert's performance and after well-rounded we get, for all the bettors out there, I think Omarion Hampton getting his first NFL touchdown is a good bet this week.
Absolutely.
See, don't be thinking too hard. You know who you want to choose.
Because you on here. I don't want to pick them, but
you want to rock with Geno?
No. I'm gonna go with the Chargers, man. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I mean, they're a better team, bro. It's just facts are facts. They're a better team when all else fails, man. That's crazy. I done picked the Colts and the Chargers, bro. Y'all are wild.
You're learning. You're getting old age. You're getting wise. You're getting wise. I see the gray in that beard. You're getting wise, man.
Oh my God, man. No, bro. I've always been this wise. It just y'all was so ass. It was no need to pick you. But right now, over the Raiders, most definitely. Although I still love Ashton Genty. I think he's gonna be great this year, bro. I think he's gonna be great. He's gonna get a lot of touches this game too. He got his first touchdown last week. I think he gets another one this week.
Well, Tom, at least admit this to me. See that you were super happy to see our defensive lineman Tart slap Kelsey in Brazil. Did you see him when he hit Kelsey, our lineman, the Chargers lineman?
No.
They were holding each other after a play, right? And Kelsey let go, and the Chargers defense line straight slapped him in the head.
Oh, okay. No, I saw a highlight of that. Yeah, I didn't see that during the game. No.
And no ejection. I love it.
Here we go. So you got Lamar, Burrow, Mahomes, and Allen, but I tell you, the Chargers are gonna have the best record in the AFC. if the Chargers win next week, the Chargers may be 12-0 at some point this season. That's how good I think they're gonna be. Got the
Wow.
Chargers in this one, bruh. They gonna win this week. They're gonna beat Vegas. Denver's gonna be the one next week. Little, I don't know, but they got the Giants. They're gonna beat Washington. See,
Yep.
I'm telling you, they're gonna beat the brakes off of Miami.
Yep.
Miami is
And then the
terrible.
Colts, right?
Indianapolis,
Oh yeah.
Minnesota, they're beating all these teams, bro. Hey, see, I know you don't like Harbaugh. Hey, you might have to start admitting, see.
Admit what?
Hey, bro, he's one of them ones, bro.
No, he's not one of them.
Look,
He's,
I don't
he's
even like
better.
Amari in Hampton. I'll be the first one to tell you. I trust Antonio, but I trust him in Harbaugh's system. I would take him in Harbaugh's system.
Bro,
So
tell
yeah,
me, what the hell are y'all gonna do with Najee Harris, bro?
bro, they don't need to do nothing with him. Let him sit on the bench.
He started, didn't
No.
Hampton.
Yeah, let him get some glasses, man. He can't see. No, he had one carry. Harris had one carry.
Yeah, I got the Chargers,
can't
bro. I got the
see, bro.
Chargers. They cover the spread. They're gonna win this game. They're gonna win by 10. I'm gonna say they're gonna win by 10 points.
All right, I got the Chargers as well. Look, the Raiders, man, they're gonna be competitive. They're gonna win 6, 7 games, and they'll be in most of these games. But you know, Gino's not gonna get you to the playoffs consistently. It's just, I'm happy that actually for Gino the way his career's turned out. You know, he was a bust early on. You thought maybe he'd be out the league by now, but no, he's actually been a solid starter, but definitely not a guy that will win you big games consistently. The Chargers are better, and they're going to win this game.
he? It wasn't his fault. It was the Jets, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. In a way,
Aaron
you're
Rodgers
right.
was ass at the Jets, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's the Jets.
Yeah, they've ruined everybody. So, all right, last topic of the night. What I want y'all to do is give me one individual fantasy matchup you like. So one player against somebody you like, and give me one individual player that you hate this week. I'll give y'all mine. I always say it. I love guys playing their former team. Give me DK Metcalf against the Seattle Seahawks. I think he's going to score, and he might have 100 yards. I'm just big on guys playing their former team. You saw what Aaron Rodgers just did against the Jets. Love that. Get a guy I hate this week. I'm actually going to go Michael Pittman against the Broncos. I know I got the Colts winning, but I got the Colts winning because Jonathan Taylor. Pittman's going up against that secondary. I think Tyler Warren could be good, but not Pittman this week. So I hate Pittman, but I love Metcalf. That's where I'm going fantasy wise.
I'll give you two good matchups that I like. I really like Drake May against the Dolphins. Hey, if Danny did, I really think Drake is talented. I mean, he had like 15 something points last week. I think that can easily be over 23 points this week. Another guy I like is, let's see. I think CD against the Giants, bounce back performance, drop some balls. I know he's going to get a touchdown. Yep. I also like, obviously, we mentioned Hampton against the Raiders. I think Hampton gets 2 touchdowns, 80 yards. Somebody I don't like this week who's a big player. I know you can't bench him, but I don't think I like James Cook that much against the Jets. I think that the Jets have a really good D-line. I think it's super tricky. Unless it's a passing PPR league, I don't think he's going to get anything running up the middle.
You want me to go? You guys, go ahead. You got it.
All right. I like Jahmyr Gibbs against that Bears defense. I could see him 100 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. Based off what I saw last night with the Bears defense in the second half for sure. I really do like that. So he's a definitely start him. As if you could not start him. But I like the Matthew Stafford. I like him on the Titan secondary as well. So oh yeah, damn, I did a who I like and who I like, huh? I'm supposed to do who I like. I hate no, I picked the Colts. I can't say that. Oh shit. I hate Joe Flacco. I hate Joe Flacco against the Ravens defense, man. I think he's gonna be looking old and slow and throw a whole bunch of interceptions. Quinshawn Junkins is gonna get some carries this week, I heard. So maybe that alleviates some of the passing. But nah, bro, I think he's gonna be terrible. But that's just because he's old anyway, and he's gonna suck. But yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, the person I love, and I'm swear, like, see, if you, I don't know who got him in the NBS league. If I'm in any draft right now, I want this kid, Ricky Pearsall. I think he's gonna have a good game against the Saints this week, and I think he's gonna be good moving forward. He's gonna be one of the better receivers in fantasy. Had over 100 yards the first game. No George Kittle now. I expect the numbers to even go up higher as far as his reception. He only had 4 receptions, but I love Ricky Pearsall against the Saints this week. So I'll definitely start him. But I did like Amari Hampton, but you mentioned him. The guy I don't like, y'all can say I'm a hater, Patrick Mahomes. I think he struggles this week. If you got Patrick Mahomes, I think he struggles against the Eagles. I tell you, I think the Eagles win this game handily. I think they pick him off. Just no weapons. No weapons is going to be too hard for him out there. And he's going to have to score points. He's going to have to try to score points against the Eagles because the Eagles are going to score. So I got Patrick Mahomes turn over the ball 2+ times in this game against the Eagles. Yeah, he's going to struggle.
So you like Mac Jones?
Mac Jones?
I mean, they haven't decided right now. Purdy's questionable, but he could be the starter. Kittle is
but Mac Jones, bro. I said, bro, Pearsall's going to get the targets.
That motherfucker can't throw, man.
Hey, bro, Mac Jones, last year at the end of the year, he was getting the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. in Jacksonville. If you remember, he was.
He looked better than Trevor Lawrence.
He was, absolutely.
That was last year, and that was Brian Thomas Jr.
So if I trade for Ricky Pearsall, I don't want to hear y'all say, "Oh, man, why you got that dude? That was a weak trade, X." I'm gonna say, bro, he's a scrub. He's a scrub. You don't even know he is.
No, I didn't say that.
You can recruit me back in the league when we ain't playing for my Chick-fil-A bill.
Oh wow.
We're playing for that big money now. You think you're the junkie? Hey,
man, invite me over. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey.
I told box office I would play.
Yeah, hey, we'll get it set up next year. Don't worry, we'll get it set up.
You eat way too much Chick-fil-A, and that's coming from me.
Hey, quick question. I know you said it the last time. I just want to know y'all thoughts because I know me and Antonio talked about it for a little while. Who wins the fight this week?
Oh, I know who.
Canelo or Bud? Who y'all got?
Canelo.
Fuck no.
You ain't betting nothing. You ain't betting nothing.
So that still don't mean that he gonna win.
Hey, I love Bud, but hey, Canelo is a different breed. Canelo was going up in weight fighting Bivol to the last punch. That's what are we talking about? This is boxing. This is boxing, man. Bud coming up in that way, it's just not a good matchup for him. Canelo maybe being one of the best, heaviest hitters, man. Canelo might be the best boxer we've seen in the last 10 years.
But guess what we haven't seen? We haven't seen Bud ever lose. Guess what we have seen? We've seen Canelo lose.
Who did he lose to, bro? He's losing against top guys.
And Bud is a top guy. Bro,
not at that way, man. It don't work just like this is just like what I was telling people, not just like, but people talking about the Tank Jake Paul thing. Right. It's just too much weight. It's just too much weight. But Listen, Bud is all-time great. Canelo is just different. The weight is the problem. I really like both of them, but the weight is the problem. It's
I
just
get what you're saying, and I teach teenagers, so I heard my the kids arguing about Tank and Jake Paul, and I said, bro, Jay's gonna knock his ass out, bro.
I don't know if they'll knock him out, but the jab is too long and he's too heavy.
That's what I said. I said, bro, I tried to explain to him. I said, listen, it's 60 pounds. I said it's 60 pounds. I said it's not 5 pounds. It's not 6 pounds. It's not 10 pounds. It's 60 pounds that's different, right? But this isn't a 60-pound difference. It's them meeting at pretty much a catch weight. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, think about fighting. See, you know this. That weight stuff, even in the UFC, man. You think Jake Paul's only going to be 60 pounds more during the fight? He's going to be like 85 pounds more than that guy after the water and the hydration. Yeah.
And the thing is, like I said, even with that fight is ridiculous. That should never happen. They shouldn't even allow that to happen. No. But I look at that fight. Even the Mike Tyson Floyd thing is fucking absurd. But but then you look at this, it's like they were like maybe what a 10, 15 pound difference. So they're he's having to come down about 7.5. He's having to go up about 7.5. That's pretty much what and what. Now, like you said, with the rehydration, Canelo's going to be bigger, but I think Bud is just a better fighter, bro. I think he's just a smarter fighter. Early on in Bud's career, I thought he was just like a brawler, but like probably his last 10 fights, I've actually watched him, and I said, man, this dude, he can punch and he's smart as hell, bro. And Canelo, I don't think he's as good of a boxer as Bud, and I think he's just stronger than Bud. I think he hits. I think he goes the difference in distance, and Bud outpoints him.
So you got it by decision, Bud.
That's crazy.
You got it by knockout or decision, Canelo?
Oh, I'll say decision to be safe.
Okay, what you think, boxing? I know you're not a big.
I'm not the biggest boxing guy, but I watch these guys. You know, I know Crawford's going up. I'm actually gonna go Crawford. I think he's the type of guy that I think
hey, if Crawford wins this fight, I'll never come on again. There's no way.
We want you to come on. We want you to come on,
bro.
No, bro. I know it's just no way. I retire my sports knowledge if this dude does something.
Crawford, I trust Crawford like moving the weight. There's guys you don't trust and you don't know how they'll react. I think he is a smart fighter, like C said, and I think he's younger. And I think he figures this out. Crawford
was younger.
Yeah, Canelo is younger.
Canelo. That's the crazy part. People don't know. He's 2 years younger, but Canelo just came in fighting Floyd super young, so people think he's way older than what he is.
Yeah,
but Bud got the reach advantage too, though.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Regardless, I have a feeling Crawford wins in split decision. I think he surprised a lot of people. And this is going to be perfect timing because actually when the college football games end, this fight will be on Netflix right after. So Saturday night's already full. I'm actually excited to watch this. I got Crawford in split decision. Honestly, a feeling more than anything.
Man, these are two of my favorite fighters in the world all time too. And the reason why I said I don't want you not to want to come on because I'm with these guys. I think Bud gets him, bro. I do. Hey. I'm not saying that you're wrong because Canelo can definitely win the fight. I just think that, and I know it was a long time ago, Floyd just outboxed him. He showed levels. And I just think that Bud's intelligence in the ring, he understands that Canelo's a hard hitter. He's gotten in the ring with hard hitters before, but Bud just figures you out. And if Canelo can't jump off to an early scorecard lead and he can't knock him out, I think Bud figures him out. and in the back end of the rounds, Bud will get those rounds more, and Bud ends up winning a unanimous decision. I'm not even gonna say split, unanimous.
Yeah, here's what I say. I meant to say I won't ever talk boxing again. I'll come on the show, but I'm not talking boxing, man. But here's the thing. I don't want any of this to come off as a Bud hater. I love Bud. It's just with how much boxing I've watched, and I love boxing. I don't know why. I just keep up with so much boxing.
Right.
I just don't think people realize what going up and facing Bivol and those guys is.
No, you're right.
Like,
you're
those
right.
Those guys just aren't household names, right? Like people don't care. But one story, man, I saw a video of Bud's mom talking about. I don't know if y'all have seen this.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing will get you more hyped than watching that woman speak. She had a story. She goes, Bud told me he was the best boxer when he was like 10 years old. So she was going out in the streets and paying kids $10 to fight Bud. And he was beating all of them. She said, I started losing so much money. and she said, Bud, what do you have to say? And he said, Mommy, I told you I'm the best. Right. He's different. But
and he believes that. Like, he truly believes that he's the best. Yeah, and he wants to prove it. Because, like, even with Errol Spence, if we're being real, there's no disrespect to Errol Spence. He made Errol Spence look like a C++. A
scrub, bro.
A scrub, really. He did. And Errol Spence is not a scrub. For anybody that watches boxing, Spence is not a scrub. He made him look bad, bro.
Bro, Spence ain't boxed since.
Bro. Yeah, bro.
Spence ain't boxed since, and that's been 2-3 years ago. That's how bad he made him look.
I just think the speed is going to play a part too in the fight. I think the speed is going to be a little bit of a factor.
We'll see. I mean, this is a boxing fan.
It's going to be great. Right. It's going to be great.
This is awesome. I just think both of these guys honestly could. I think Canelo right now is a pound for pound top 10 boxer ever. If Bud gets this win, to me, he's a top 10 boxer ever.
I think if Bud has so much to gain. If he beats Canelo,
this is a legacy fight.
Absolutely.
I also have a feeling that Tank Davis, the Paul fight's going to get canceled. You know when you just have sometimes a feeling that some event or sports event, whatever, won't happen. That's the feeling I get with that. I just have feeling something's off there. What is Tank doing? He's in his prime and he's out here. I mean, I guess you could say he's chasing the money, but come on, man. First, like just finish off your legacy kind of thing. You're in your prime.
I think that last fight scared Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be a good point.
Great. Tank. My bad. My headphones kind of connected, but Tank's crazy if he did. Like, he was calling out Bud. I'm like, dude, you don't want to go up there. Like, that's something you don't want to do. Like,
he's gonna pull a Floyd. He's gonna pull a Floyd and wait till Bud's in his 40s.
Right. No, you don't want no trouble.
My thing is, and this is just, I'm glad you brought up that example. Is I just want to put y'all in the mindset of kids, bro. Like, as an adult, we all understand that 60 pounds is just too much.
Right.
It's just too much. Now, I think we all can agree that Tank's a great boxer, right? And Jake Paul's decent now, right?
Yeah, he's not just sure.
He's not just a YouTuber. He's not just a YouTuber fighting. I still haven't seen him beat a real boxer that's not 60 years old. And but if you give him 60 pounds, yes, he's gonna be Tank. But the kids, all they know is bro. Y'all should have, if you could have heard them. And I do not let the students curse in my class at all. But it was one kid that was trying to explain to them that Jake Paul was just too big. You know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, it's fucking 60 pounds. I was like, bro. I said, boy, shut up. You can't. I said, sit down before I write you up. I said, but he's right. He's right. I said, it's 60 pounds. I said, and I should have done this. I said, that's like you fighting him. I said, I got my money on him all day. It was a football player and just a guy. Or whatever, the one who was just saying that. I was like, I got him all day. And I said, he probably only had you about 30 pounds. But I bet you, if y'all got the fighting in here, I would have to get him up off of you. I said, and that's that neither one of y'all are trained boxers. Both of these are trained boxers. I said, no matter what you think, Jake Paul is, he's a trained boxer now, bro. That's what he does. He doesn't do anything else. The YouTube stuff is of him trained to box. That's what he does now. It's not none of that other stuff that he used to do. This is what he does for a living now, and he's good at it. He's good at it. I don't think he's championship in his weight class. Good. I think if he fights, he would probably be like a cruiserweight, right?
Yeah.
If he fought the cruiserweight champ, he probably gets knocked out.
Right, you don't have to fight the champ. You don't have to fight the champ. He fight Canelo like he was calling out. That would be, oh my God.
Guys. I don't ever want to hear Canelo mentioned here again with this guy. The man lost to Tommy Fury.
Right, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
But I respected Jake because he, as much as his whole image is that he and his brother don't have any limits to greatness, right? They're like, oh my God, I'm gonna fight Tank, I'm gonna fight Floyd, I'm gonna do this, but like he fought fought Mike Tyson, and he's like, man, I just beat the most dangerous man in the world. Like, like he knows his limits. Like he's not going out. He lost to Tommy Fury, who stinks, right? But he knows, he's like, man, I'm not getting in the ring with somebody a cruiserweight. No, he's like, I'm gonna fight this dude that's gonna be 80 pounds less when we water up after weight. Like, come on, man. He knows, like, it's just his whole image is saying that he's the best. It's crazy.
It's nuts, man. And watching it, and speaking of which, bruh, what the hell is going on with Tyson and Floyd, bruh?
Man, the worst part is that I'm gonna watch it anyway. That's the worst part. We're
gonna watch it anyway. That pisses me off so bad because I really don't have a choice. I'm not gonna not watch it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I wish I could. I wish I had the discipline as well as every other sports fan to not watch this so they could stop doing this. You know what I mean? Because it's really embarrassing. They're gonna look terrible.
Someone needs to sit Tyson down, bro.
Tyson. The thing about it is, I thought about when I saw that when Tyson lost that fight against Jake Paul, I knew he was gonna lose the fight. Do I think he took a dive? I absolutely do, bro. But I think it's because he's literally only doing anything for the money right now. Mentally, he doesn't have the thing like when that little girl asked him about his legacy, and he went into that rant about that. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't care about his legacy, and neither do we. Just being honest, like who? All right, after Jake Paul, does that mean Mike Tyson make any difference to you in your opinion of Mike Tyson?
No. I mean, I think either I'm in the minority here. Mike Tyson is one of the most overrated boxers ever.
I'm with Antonio. I'm 1,000% with Antonio.
He wasn't better than Lennox Lewis, but he gets all this.
I agree with him. I do.
But he also wasn't a scrub, but that loses.
No, he wasn't a scrub.
But people think he's like the best heavyweight ever. That's how like you talk.
Those people are absolute casuals.
They're casuals, yeah.
Yeah, nobody with any kind of boxing intelligence would think that Mike Tyson was the best boxer ever. He's just the most notable. I think that about outside of Muhammad Ali, he may be the most notable.
Yeah, like the most popular, probably.
Yeah, because I mean, and I don't think he was overrated. I just think that at the time that he was doing it at his peak, he was something that no one had ever seen before. The ferocity of his knockouts, and like I'm older than all three of y'all, so I know y'all have watched highlights. I remember my mom getting these fights on pay-per-view, inviting everybody over to the house, and it being over in less than 60 or 90
I
seconds.
remember that too, though. I remember that for sure, for sure.
And it was so crazy. Like he's knocking dudes and they turning around. Like it was. You
know,
almost feel sorry
my
for these
biggest
guys.
thing. I know we got to wrap up the show, but I just want to say this. My biggest thing with Tyson, that's why I agree with Antonio, is okay. You beat Larry Holmes. Oh, washed up. Okay, who did he beat that you look at in our, like when we're talking about us growing up as boxing fans? Lost to Evander Holyfield. He never fought Riddick Bowe. Lost to Lennox Lewis. I'm just trying to think to myself, who did he beat that made you say to yourself, he's the greatest? I know you don't agree with that, but I'm just saying, who did he beat that made you say he was the greatest boxer ever?
What put people on that is he beat Michael Spinks.
Yeah, but Michael Spinks, where does Michael Spinks rank? See,
no, but
let's
at
be
the time,
I get it. I get it. It's kind of like I look at Mike Tyson similar to Ronda Rousey. Like if you was like somebody that didn't watch Mike Tyson, but you saw Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was great for she knocks people out, but when you really look at the sport as a whole, like you knew I don't even watch UFC, but I knew Amanda Nunes was gonna beat her. Once I saw a little bit, I knew because I understand that there's more than just what meets the eye.
When Holly Holmes beat her, I said she need to go to the WWE right now.
Bro, come on.
And she did.
And she did. And guess what? She sucked in the WWE, bro. I know y'all don't watch it. She sucked in the WWE, bro.
Is she still rostered?
No, She quit and she started like talking bad about the WWE or whatever.
Yeah. Mr. Collins, she should have been way better.
But I'll go to shout outs first because I know we gotta get out of here. I know y'all it's late where y'all at. We gotta go to work in the morning. Yeah. I know y'all probably do too, but y'all know y'all big timers. I'm just out here being a teacher. Helping inspire the next generation.
That's the LRCA money, man.
But shout out to y'all boys, man. We have a fire weekend in sports this weekend. I think this is super fire. Got the fight. You got good college football games. Shout out to LSU, by the way. Y'all picked us. Go Tigers. Y'all know what type of vibes we are. Some good NFL matchups. We didn't even mention the Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Burrow rematch from the national championship game. They're going to be playing this week, Jacksonville versus the Bengals, who I picked to win the Super Bowl. And don't say nothing, Antonio.
Hey, Joe Burrow is so great. We're talking about a big matchup with Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, whoa. But shout out to my family. I told C, my family looks for those shout outs now. But more importantly, outside of just my family, tomorrow, my little girl, man, my baby of the bunch, Olivia made the volleyball team, and tomorrow's her first volleyball game. Yeah. I will be there in attendance, so shout out to you. I'm super, super proud of you, my love. But with that being said, I'm out, man.
Well, let me go before C does, because I know you got a laundry list of names, man.
Man, I've been putting in work, bro. I'll go ahead.
Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the NFL being back. I'm gonna keep it simple. Big things coming in the future. Just saying some prayers and living a good life, man. A lot of blessings. So I hope to be on again, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I'll go next. Man, y'all are hilarious, bro. LSU's ranked top 5, and they won't get off that, but they won't mention the Wake Forest Saints. They won't. Unfortunately, we won't be hearing much about the Wake Forest Saints. Stole Wake Forest's jerseys and everything. But hey man, like X said, bro, we got games like Georgia versus Tennessee to the Crawford Canelo fight to the Super Bowl rematch. A great weekend ahead. Nothing that excites me in life more than looking forward to weekends like that. So, plus we'll be back on next week. See y'all then.
Man, I think Louisiana Tech would be favored against the Saints.
Wow.
I think McNeese would beat the Wake Forest.
Y'all so damn haters, boy. I tell you what, though, bro. I know you want to avoid this team right here, but that's what we're gonna focus on for right now. None
He's
of
off the Wake Forest Saints.
none of us picked the Saints to be great this year.
You had him winning 10 games. I listened to the
didn't.
episode.
Don't do that.
I said they could. I got them at 8. I actually said I could see 11 games that we could win.
And now you can't see it.
Oh, now you got glasses, so we good.
Well, I can't see it because I was counting that Cardinals game. But anyway, my prediction is 8 though. But anyway, my last little shout outs. I'll go to Hunter Morgan, Tori, Krishna Lee, and Elwood. Daddy, love y'all. I'll see you in just a second. To my beautiful wife, Latricia, I love you too. I'll see you in just a second. To Papa's babies, Marcel Carter Bryan and Azaria Grace Bryan, I love y'all too. I'll see y'all in just a second, even if it's just on my screensaver. X, tell your brother quit sending me these terrible trades. And I love all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.
Boot up a show.